Okay, so in other news, who's ready to get started?
Do you want me to just start screaming at you, Izzy, and that will be me role-playing for the next several hours?
Or,
Die, 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 die,
No, this is just screaming
die.
in pain.
so
Uh,
I was gonna say, who remembers what happened last time?
Die,
Die.
die, die.
Everything's on fire.
yep.
Everything is not on fire
Everything's pretty much on
yet.
fire.
Most things are on fire.
Everything's on darkness.
4 Keyblade wielders.
Well, if we're being literal, everything's on water, but
Hey, I have not used darkness to solve my problems yet.
I'm about to.
Use darkness to solve your problems?
Yep.
Huh.
I was wondering when that was gonna pop out because
That's-
Wait, what?
don't worry
that's-
about it. Don't you guys don't know about this yet? Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it.
Do I have to be the goddamn beacon of light for you, all you fuckers?
Okay,
I
just
don't
fly
think
the
you're very
fucking ship.
confused.
I'm not
Okay.
dealing with this darkness.
Like, I will literally spend points to become a goddamn beacon of light if I have to.
all right.
I just scared everybody.
You know, some of the things I'm working on are going to make me laugh as soon as they're revealed.
We need to talk about making me a literal beacon of light.
We'll work on that. Okay, so let's see who's here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, we've got 5 people, so we're missing Basil and Orion. Nope. Alrighty. So, where we left off last time, I'm just gonna.
Basil's a Komodo dragon.
Basil is a Komodo dragon. I actually had to.
Oh, that's slightly more dangerous than his usual form.
It's true.
As long as he can still use his power, yes.
He has used his power in this form, or attempted.
Perfect.
Okay.
He should just stay Komodo Dragon forever.
I mean, it depends entirely on whether or not Coco has a mouse vial in there.
I assume I do somewhere.
You have exactly 1.
How much cooler would Sherlock Holmes be if he was a Komodo Dragon?
A lot cooler. I approve of this message.
Okay, so I'll sum up real quick last time because fight broke out. Not much to it. As of right now, let's see. Coco, Basil, Mute, and Muriala are facing off against Magica, who has, for the most part, incapacitated Muriala and Mute by hitting them with a mass agony spell. Like, they are in so much pain they cannot think right now.
Yep, and this is completely incapacitated. Like, we're out of the fight now, from now on.
As a side note, Milo has also been hit by this, but he wasn't really doing anything anyways. Judge Master, Coco, and Basil are fine. Basil has taken over Dark Coco. And the mice, including Nobody Basil and Aardvark Kronk, have been unaffected by this because they were so far away. In other news,
Well, remember, Dark Kronk got eaten.
yes, well, so did Dark Milo, and everything that was dark except for Coco has been finished off at this point.
I am too hard to kill.
Dr. GD Boy and Orion have managed to grab R2 as he was sparking NC3PO and pulled them onto the ship. Scrooge McDuck was able to load all of the treasure he had with him onto the ship right before takeoff.
I'm bringing the car around, guys.
There was a squad of 4 Keyblade wielders helping the guards fighting off the close-handed captain. The close-handed captain currently is blind because his one eye was rammed with a Hammerhead Shark Atlantean speeder bike, courtesy of R2-D2. And during that fight between the Demon Tower and the close-handed captain, once they converged, one of the Keyblade wielders was knocked unconscious and then promptly pulverized and turned to red mist. You have 3 Keyblade wielders there. And as a reminder, it doesn't look like they've been effective at all. They've barely been avoiding the close-handed captain's blind attacks.
Well, duh, they're not the main characters.
They're not the main characters. They are clearly outclassed by your mainness. Speaking of other Keyblade wielders, as this was going on, Webby has been jumping through the streets after closing a gateway and as she watched Mole's life slowly extinguish. And as
Cry.
cry because she couldn't save him, and she tried, and that only led to more terror in the streets.
I love the
She's
dark side
you-
of me.
You were pouncing on a few driller moles while making your way back, I believe you said, to recover your Lux reserve. But in doing that, you realized that the street levels are mostly getting flooded. The driller moles have been doing a good job of allowing water access into this city.
That's not great.
No, it's not. So, oh, also, you said fuck off, Cusco. We have no time for your side quest. So, good job, guys.
I didn't use those exact words, but yes.
You didn't say that. Dan said that afterward. I just listened to it earlier.
All I said was fuck your plot hook.
I was trying so hard with some of these plots. Never enough. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to continue with the same style we were last time. This is kind of an accelerated-ish combat, and we will still be using the turn order, but since Orion and Basil are not here, we will skip them for the time being. So, first up on the list, because I believe we left off at the top of the order, is going to be Judge Master. So mute. You have to unmute yourself, mute.
It's a mute joke.
Isn't Mute also stuck in agony and thus...
He is. Judge Master isn't.
Uh,
Sean still gets to move for him.
Isn't Sean say he's gonna be late?
He's here. He's in voice.
I had not heard him speak at all.
I have not either.
Okay, then. We're going to skip him. Which means we go straight to the Demon Tower.
Smash.
His mic is not working on his phone.
Judge Master he's charging his attack.
Charges his attack or charges at Magicka. Important distinction. Okay. He is charging his attack. Good to know. Next up is the Demon Tower. Now, fortunately for you, this doesn't really... Fuck my luck.
Critical hit.
So the Demon Tower charges forward into this group of Keyblade wielders. None of them can get out of the way in time.
Rip.
That's not great.
Rip.
Let me just roll these 6. Huh. Okay, then. Alright, next up it is the close-handed captain. He's just going to start firing his gun arm. Okay. This is off to a fantastic start. You guys will find out what happens to those on your turn. Is it really Magicka's turn again?
Izzy, I think we ended with Magicka casting a spell last time.
Okay. Well, that still happens. I'll skip Magicka now. Webby, it's your go then.
How close am I?
I said if you kept running, you'd be able to get to the close-handed captain and to the Demon Tower this turn. The ship is just beyond. So I will actually ask you to start off by making me a perception check.
I suppose I can do that. Pass by 3?
Okay. So as you're swinging over rooftops, you see the close-handed captain. Clearly he is attacking indiscriminately because he can't see shit. And the Demon Tower is just kind of spiraling up like a sideways twister, getting ready to plunge back down. Now you see a couple of different things of note. First off is you see the Hammerhead speeder bike stuck between the close-handed captain's legs, just kind of sitting there flopped over. You see the 3 Keyblade wielders, 2 of whom are knocked out, unconscious, just kind of lying on the ground in a bloody mess. The third one is struggling to stand up.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
He is struggling to stand up, but he hasn't let go of his Keyblade, even though it looks like one of his arms is completely useless at this point.
Uh-oh.
Beyond the close-handed captain, you see Dr. Boy having started up the gummy ship engine and is about to take off. What do you do? Oh, and as a reminder from last session, you guys also did hear a trembling roar coming from beneath the city. Important.
Oh, and
Not at all ominous.
and Orion's Heartless was shrieking in my head in pain.
Simultaneously, in fact.
Yes, simultaneously.
Well, Webby is a hero, so she's got to go try to save those Keyblade wielders.
Of course, the only one who knows that in character is me and Orion.
Okay, so Webby is gonna go. And
So I guess we're gonna start off. Izzy, you mind if I throw some style on this?
Oh, I encourage you to throw style on this.
Alright, so Webby's gonna jump over and get as close as she can to this thing. Safely, and she's just gonna kind of stop on the rooftop and look down and at her shadow and say, "Okay, Lena, I think we have to try that thing that Master Yoda taught us."
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And the Lena shadow just kind of nods. And so Webby holds up her Keyblade, and her shadow kind of shifts and grows up behind her, taking the form of a large shadowed Lena, who suddenly you can hear the words she intones as she cries out, "Bleak prism of darkness that scatters the light, appear before me!" And she holds out her hands, and a triangular prism of darkness appears in front of her and above Webby. As Webby points her Keyblade up at it and calls out, "Let the light shine through!" And a beam of light shoots out of Webby's Keyblade into the prism, which scatters it into millions and millions of tiny specks of rainbow-colored light that burst up into the air and swirl into a massive maelstrom around the two of them.
Nice.
And this is a huge, obvious attack with a how big did I say that was? I think it was a 16-yard radius sphere.
Yeah. You are hitting everything. You're not quite getting to the palace for the Magicka fight, but you're hitting everything else.
But this looks like a giant fireworks display around this area of the city. Just the light passing through all kinds of things and striking everything that would be considered an enemy to Webby and Lena.
What the hell?
Someone bought an alt.
Yep, someone bought an alt.
This is the Limit Break Color Collider.
All right, so
Nice name.
Dr. Boy and Orion. Orion's not here. Dr. Boy, you can make me a perception check on this.
Can I even fail this perception check?
You can see exactly what Webby is doing. Perception check to see the outcome.
Okay. I just realized I never actually logged into Roll20. Give me like 2 seconds.
Yeah, this attack has the obvious modifier,
Yeah,
if that wasn't apparent.
yeah. Okay, so Webby, what happens is, first off, the Demon Tower was flying through the air. It suddenly comes crashing down into a circle, kind of surrounding the area. You've done massive damage to this thing because, as you all have realized, it's lots of small moving parts and not one gigantic one. Dr. Boy, with that pass, you notice that the Demon Tower is now defunct for at least a few turns. The close-handed captain seems less affected by this, but it still did damage to him. The other thing you notice, Dr. Boy, is there are no more driller moles in the surrounding area.
That's good.
Also, Webby, I have changed your sprite for the,
I see that.
for the remainder of this alt. We'll switch you back later.
That works wonderfully for me.
I figured it would. So yeah, that was Webby's turn. Muriala Scream. You may now make me a, let's see, I believe you are now at will -3 check to see if you can shake off the effects of this.
The spell lasts for what? I get another save in a minute, Izzy.
I said you get another save each round.
Ah, okay. One moment then. I need to actually pull up my sheet because I was assuming I'm not doing anything for an hour.
No, I see.
You gave me what the name of the spell was, so I looked up the spell's effect for myself.
You expect me to tear things directly from the book?
Hey, that cost
Only
for that.
when I feel lazy.
Nope.
Okay. Ah!
Yep.
Okay, that's your turn. Coco!
Was I affected?
You were not. It was only Mute and Muriala that failed.
So Muriala's just screaming, right?
Muriala and Mute are both screaming in pain, and I believe they're the only two currently on your saddle.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. I still got that
Where am
potion,
I?
right?
Which you're a Komodo dragon right now, Basil. You're fine. We'll get to you.
Oh,
later.
okay.
What did you want to do, Coco?
I wanted to take her stupid staff.
Okay. You may make me a. I don't. Well, it has to be an attack check just to get your hands on it.
All right.
Brawling is the skill normally.
Yeah.
Succeed at brawl.
Succeeded. All right. She will attempt to dodge out of the way. Upon seeing the giant bird come closer to the smaller bird. Seriously, Dice?
Did you crit fail, Izzy?
I didn't crit fail, but I was very close. It was only a 16.
Give me your wand.
Yep, strength check. Which should be very easy for you.
Do I get my full strength here?
Yes.
Yeah, succeed by stupid amounts.
Okay. Wex, you tear the staff out. Make me a will save.
Succeed by 2, I think. Gotta pull out my character sheet.
Wex, private message.
Okay. No! No!
What?
God damn it, Izzy!
People were wondering how she had access to so much mana.
Yeah, things that I realized out of character that we're all realize in character in a little bit.
Alright, time to leave. Do I get a move still, Izzy?
Yeah, and you have gummy berry juice. The question is, right now you only have Mute and Muriala on you.
How many people are still here I need to pick up?
Milo is incapacitated. Judge Master, you probably don't care about. Komodo Dragon Basil. Nobody Basil. Bianca, Dr. Dorson, Bernard, Aardvark, Crunk.
Well, you can eat most of those.
I actually can, which is the sad part.
Did you just turn into something?
You turned into a Komodo Dragon last session, remember?
Yeah, I'm asking about the chocobo.
No, he drank gummy berry juice.
Didn't he drink gummy berry juice last
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes later. You guys have been in a fight, the same fight.
It's been like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it has not been long.
Okay. I can't actually shout orders. This is inconvenient.
Oh no,
I mean, you
disadvantage
could
me,
start moving
disadvantage.
towards the exit and work at them, trying to tell them that you need to get the fuck out now.
Also, don't forget, most of the mice and Aardvark Kronk are still blind.
Oh.
That's true.
I'm gonna start by going and I have to keep the staff in my mouth.
Yes, you do.
Wait, you can always leave and then come back.
Hold on. Is the ship anywhere nearby?
No. It's on the other side of the frickin' city. You have no idea where the ship is.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Can Basil see in the dark? Do I know?
Yes, Basil can. He's been attacking.
Okay, I'm gonna bounce over to Basil, quickly put my foot on him, like, convey feelings of, like, help get others and need to flee now.
Okay.
And, like, can I also throw Milo on me as, like, my last?
I will allow that.
Figure I can get one person on me because we gotta move.
I will allow that. Okay, next up is Mute. Mute, make me a will saving throw at -3.
I can't spend FP to get myself.
You can't spend FP on this. No.
Nope.
All right, you're still screaming.
And isn't minus a 3 a worse penalty than what I had with the modifiers last turn?
Sean, you're barely audible for me.
You were at -4 for the originally at this spell. Once you're
Yeah,
affected with a
but-
distance, is not going to affect you.
Okay, relative distance doesn't affect for the.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the follow-up.
Okay.
Also, Sean, try reconnecting with your mic. Okay, he's doing that good. All right, next up is Basil.
All right. Can I pick up the mice and the aardvark?
You know what? Yeah, I'll allow that because they're small and the aardvark is like a quarter of your size. So yeah, that's fine.
Like, if need be, I could probably like put the mice on like my neck above my shoulders, and the aardvark I can just carry them
Okay.
if it's incapacitated, so I can't grab on it.
Alrighty. Yep. No, that works. I will allow that.
All right. I was assuming it would probably take my.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna just move you over
Once
there.
I have selected, hopefully.
Yeah. You've got.
What's that?
No, go ahead. Yeah, it sounds like you keep starting a sentence and then never finish it.
I have this on my phone. It's not the car, but it's on.
We're losing him.
Yeah, we're losing you, Devin. I'm just gonna say they pile on to you, and you and Nobody Basil share some quick words as everybody. He's like, "Come on, get on him," because you can still talk in this form. Don't forget that. Yes, you totally can. Devin, you're gonna need to rejoin. I can't hear you.
I think Milo's outside.
I've got Milo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Coco has Milo. Everybody except for Judge Master currently has a ride.
Can you get on me this turn too, or shall I scoop you up next?
He's out of move at this point.
Okay. All right.
Also, Basil, you have another mental action. You do have a Dark Coco under your control.
Please make Dark Coco fight her.
Let's see. The Judge Master is a summon, right?
Yes.
In that case, yeah, I'll just have Dark Coco run interference, and I missed what happened when Coco made for the grab the staff.
You don't know what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
The main thing though is who has it right now.
Coco.
Okay, in that case, I just have Dark Coco attack Machika directly and try to grapple her, basically, instead of going for the staff.
Good plan.
All right.
That's the reason I asked. I wasn't asking beyond where the staff was.
Sure, Dice. We can do that. Nick, you got the crit table up?
Dark
I do.
takes off.
Okay. So Dark Coco just crit failed trying to suplex Magica.
Counter suplex.
All right.
The number we're trying to hit is a... Oh my god. Okay, crit fail table. What does a 4 get me? Fuck
Oh dear fuck.
Fuck my dice. Fuck my dice.
Does anyone else want to see Magica counter suplex him? Because I do.
Yeah.
Kinda.
You managed to, okay. There's no on critical miss table.
Yes.
You have strained the limb used to attack. Take 1 HP of injury and that limb is crippled. You cannot use it to attack or
A
defend for 15
chocobo would
minutes.
try to grab with its mouth, so I think it just broke its
Oh
neck.
no, I'm sorry. If you're grabbing with like your mouth or headbutting, you instead suffer -4 pain penalty for the next 20 minus HP minutes because you pulled a muscle in your neck.
Okay.
That sounds like a counter suplex to me.
I think what happened is it goes to suplex Magica. Magica instead puts it in a neck hold and then swings it around like a mace. I think that's how it goes because apparently Shadow Coco is lighter than actual Coco because it's made of shadow. Sure, we'll go with that.
Sure.
Dr. Boy.
Well.
Perception
glad the
check.
fucking Ship's on. It's another separate one from the one I rolled earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, never mind. You don't need to. I just remember what that was for. So yeah, you are aware that Webby, those Keyblade wielders are there. You know that the Demon Tower is currently at least immobilized for a little bit. You remember the roar.
Yep.
And yeah, there's the close-headed captain with the cycle in there, which you have another cycle in your back with all of Scrooge McDuck's loot. He's currently sitting on top of the pile like,
I don't know how to feel about Scrooge McDuck right now, but anyway.
So yeah, what do you do?
Well, son of a bitch. Shut up, Scrooge, I'm flying.
I'll get a better pilot than you if you don't hurry up.
Hey, Mr. McD.
I gave him a middle toe, and I guess we're gonna lift off the ship, and we're gonna. Fuck, who should I attack? Because actually, how many people are near me in our group that are not on the ship? Is it just those 3 Keyblade wielders that aren't technically part of the group?
And Webby.
And fuck. All right, Webby's important.
I mean, Webby is on a building top. I believe that's what you said, Hausers, where you did the
Yep.
color.
And also the center of a swirling mass of fireworks.
Yeah.
I guess Webby will be fine for a bit.
She's on top of a building. These guys are ground level at literally the feet of the close-handed captain. The Demon Towers kind of created a writhing ring around them.
All right, let's go ahead and try to finish off the Demon Tower while it's down.
Sure.
So, firing the cannons. I'm just going to have to roll piloting first.
Piloting first, then gunner. Make sure you take off smoothly.
Pass by 4 on piloting.
Fine.
Pass by 0 on gunner to fire the Blizzara cannons.
Okay, roll damage.
Fuck. I need to actually get the damage up. Hold on.
Oh my, we have a person.
Hello, Orion.
Hello.
You didn't miss much. We've only been 1 round so far.
Still in combat, eh?
Yeah, we're assuming you're on the ship because you were with Dr. Boy. We'll get to
Webby
you.
has a limit break now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Webby limit broke. More on that later.
All right.
Just roll damage.
I'm getting. I don't know what the damage is off the top of my head. I'm getting that part of my sheet up.
Okay, I will come back to you then once you have those numbers because I have to run through a couple of NPCs.
Yep.
R2 and C3PO. C3PO is literally buried in a pile of gold coins saying, "Oh my!" Confused. R2-D2 is no longer on fire but is still smoking. Both of them are in the back of your ship.
I apparently just don't have the weapon stats.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. It doesn't actually matter for this enemy. What happens is you blow a large chunk of it out of the center wherever you fire. But again, it's not one solid mass. It's a lot of individual components, so it's going to start writhing itself back together. Milo is screaming in agony. Or, no, he's not. Milo wakes up.
Milo beats the 2 party members.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to use these dice when I'm actually a player. Actually, no. If it's not GURPS, I'm gonna just be rolling shit all the time.
You see,
Also,
Webby, this
you
is what
know
a
the
true
rules.
archaeologist looks like.
Your power won't work when you're a player.
I know. Ugh.
It's true.
So, yeah, Milo just like kind of sits up and is like, huh? As you know, he notices that Mute and Muriala are screaming at him, and he is, I guess, thrown over Coco's back. He's very confused.
And he's gonna stay there if he knows what's good for him.
You get a confused feeling from Milo. I'm assuming you're sending messages of "Don't you fucking move."
Soothing calmness.
He seems
Very hard to manage this feeling right now.
He also gets like this distant feeling of something screaming in the back of your mind.
Please ignore that.
The mice are chittering amongst themselves on top of Komodo Dragon Basil, along with Aardvark Kronk. It seems like they're having a good old conversation. Aardvark Kronk is on top of Komodo Dragon Basil saying, "Oh my gosh, talking mice." He actually like rolls on his back and plays dead on top of Basil. Continuing on, it is now Judge Master's turn again.
Move next to Magica.
Okay.
And I think I want one more. Let me double check what the penalty is at one turn.
Sure. Also, did you find the damage on those, Dan?
I told you I literally do not have. I don't think you ever gave me the damage on the cannons.
We need to get that figured out soon.
Okay, what do you want the damage on the cannons to be tech level wise, and I will give you the damage on the cannons.
We said that those were going to be tech level 10, right? What's your tech level, Dan?
I think mine's 8.
Then it's going to be 8.5. So between 8 and 9, Nick. Actually, no. Those are high-end cannons. Tech level 9.
I was going to say, I can do the really good ones at TL8 and make them fine.
Give me a mid-tier 1 tech level 9. Send Dan the stats.
Are they energy or mass hits?
Energy.
It's the Lazara spell.
What is going on over there?
Devin, you're roboting.
Everything is dying. Everything is terrible.
Muted.
Actually, Blizzara is more mass because it shoots icicles at enemies normally, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I just said that as fluff. It's pretty much just an energy attack. Well, I just said that as fluff.
Oh, God.
I think I'm going to try to use Power Blow after one turn, and even if I fail, I will still try to stab Magica.
Okay. And we lost Basil. Alright, roll it.
Okay, just 17 minus 5. That will be a success on Power Blow.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And I guess I should give myself back to
Sean, you just cut out badly and Devin.
I'm giving myself a -2 to the attack to give her -1 to the defense.
Sure.
Because I don't believe she's had to defend against any other attacks yet.
Not really. Oh, fuck me.
That's a success.
Yep. Hey, Nick.
What was the fuck me?
Got the
Did
tape?
Sean just crit fail?
No. Magica just crit fail her dodge.
I believe that means the attack normally just hits.
It doesn't turn into a critical hit?
I thought it turned into a crit.
Oh, yep. Alright. Izzy, give me another 3d6 then.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What'd you get?
18!
5.
Ah.
Blow deals double damage.
Oh.
Squish.
Prior to DR.
Did Judge Master just kill Magica?
I really, really hope so.
That'd be fast.
Sequence
So is this
breaking.
double the number of dice and double the modifiers, or roll still and multiply after?
Roll double the dice and double the modifiers.
Is it better? It's better, even though it's half as many dice and modifiers, impaling's still better, right?
What?
It's only better if you get through her DR.
Cutting has many dice, right?
It's only better if you get through her DR.
Impaling deals double damage post DR.
How much DR does she have?
You guys don't
We
know?
don't. She has at least 7
And 4 dice.
from where my attacks went. Also, Dan, I posted in rules your cannon damage.
Okay, cool. I will roll that in a moment.
Don't bother. It's
I'll do cooking to be safe. And have a stupid amount of dice.
I'm actually curious now.
Do it, Sean. Do it, Sean.
You said roll twice as many dice?
Yes.
Doubling? Okay.
No, this multiplier actually stacks multiplicatively with Power Blow for other things. So if it's like 2d plus 1, roll 4d plus 2.
I'm waiting to see these numbers. I'm actually curious and a little nervous now. Holy shit.
And that is impaling damage, so double damage post.
I decided I wanted the extra dice to be safe. Because if I rolled really crap with impaling, I could have done nothing. Cutting is still 1.5 though, isn't it?
Oh, you're doing cutting? Yeah, that's 1.5 times after DR.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on, let me math.
That is almost certainly in has to make multiple death saves territory.
I actually need to check what her actual HP was left, because she might be in death save territory.
Did we kill Magica?
Maybe. Also, Dan, do you understand what I gave you in regards to your stats for the weapon?
Here, let me actually.
Oh dear.
3 times 5. Is that Armor Divisor 2?
Yep, 3d times 5 with Armor Divisor 2. Your accuracy, if you bother aiming, is 18.
Nick, I multiplied the static number as well, correct?
Repeat, Sean?
Multiplied the static number as well.
Yes, you do multiply the static number as well.
Plus 4 more damage, sorry.
Okay,
All right, so
I'll just tell you guys she had 10 DR. Okay, so that's 26 damage.
Times 1.5.
Times 1.5, so that's 39 damage total.
Yep.
She had how much damage on her? She healed some of that. Which means... Yep, okay, death saving throw.
Yay!
I'm really hoping this is multiple death saves.
Yeah, it is. She's got to make 3 of them.
Everyone is an increasing -1 penalty.
She passed the first.
Unsurprised.
It was almost a crit, but it wasn't. Fuck you, 3. Second one is at a -1. Okay, that also passed. Third one is at -3. Oh, that is not a good number to beat. So, I almost wish the number was 1 higher with this roll.
So that's the best you can dice do.
Oh, so the dice decided to roll a 16, which is a fail. I would have rathered it be a crit fail at this.
That would be.
Izzy.
Yep.
Serendipity.
What did he say?
I don't think that works this way.
Okay,
After
Wex, it's not working the way you want it to work, Wex. But I'll. Give
I
you-
know. I was hoping.
No. You're getting something else.
Oh boy.
All right, so Judge Master raises his sword high over his head and power blows.
Sorry, back.
Magica attempts to dodge after realizing she puts her hands up to parry with her staff and realizing it's just not in her hands anymore. And as she takes a step back, it is not quite out of range as Judge Master drops the sword, cleanly cleaving her in 2.
Ugh.
Now, as her skin falls, a transparent, shadowy version of her is staring back at him before screaming, and then all the darkness in the room is going to disappear. Wex, because of your serendipity, you hear a couple of things jingle as they hit the floor. There is no more darkness in this room. Magicka is gone.
What hit the floor?
Something jingling.
I feel like this is probably the point for Judge Master to decide he is desummoning, and he is just going to put his sword in the ground, say justice is done, and return to the book.
I'll do you one better, Sean. Wedging his sword into the ground was part of him cutting Magicka in half.
Can I see what landed on the ground?
Yeah, it's now bright in here. You guys do not need dark vision anymore.
So what landed on the ground?
A couple of things. You'll notice a couple of coins and a necklace.
Should that necklace mean something?
We'll have to examine it, I guess.
Oh, also, the effects on Mute and Muriala disappear when Magicka disappears.
Wait, holy shit. Who did that? Coco, was it you? Because that's badass if it was you.
I quickly communicate a emotion of urgency, but also a desire for you to grab what's on the ground where she was. With magic.
I will first lift it over to us.
No.
Or Mute can do it too.
We are not just grabbing random items that she was wearing. Who knows what hexes she has on them? I'm going to make sure that they're not going to kill us if we touch them first.
High sense of urgency.
Telekinesis, I don't think counts as physically touching.
Okay, stick them in a bag. Don't let them touch your skin.
I think I already touched some of the coins in my pocket.
You did touch the coins in your pocket.
Well, we might have to decontaminate you later.
Ow.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not a fun spell. I know how to do it in a different way, and it's equally unfun that way.
Okay, did he grab the coins?
Yes, he grabbed them.
I'm throwing the Komodo dragon on me. We're getting that.
Necklace?
Huh?
The coins and the necklace?
Yes, you have them.
Okay.
Okay.
Rex, we really just going to ask Coco, do you want me to hold the staff so that you can actually run through doors?
I'll manage.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over to the other group. I'm just gonna say you guys are spending the next couple of turns getting out of the building.
I'm gonna be giving Coco the haste spell while we're waiting.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm gonna move fast.
And gummy berry juice. It's not taking
Rex,
long.
Rex, you're getting +5 move.
Orion, you are on Dr. Boy's ship. There are Heartless outside, with Keyblade wielders on the ground. 2 of which are unconscious and on the ground bleeding. The other one who is trying to hold on to his Keyblade but also bleeding. Close-headed captain cannot see, and the writhing mass that is the Demon Tower is just a writhing mass in a circle around them all.
Dr. Boy, should I man some turrets?
Please.
Okay.
What are you shooting at?
The Demon Tower.
Okay. Roll me 3d6. Gunner. It's actually a good roll.
For once in my life.
Do you have gunner or artillery?
No. I have armory missile weapons, but
I'll give you that at -2.
Okay.
Is that
so then that's a pass by 3.
Okay, yeah, you blow more chunks out of the Demon Tower. Well, let's see. So 3d6 times 5. Nice. All right.
Have we not completed a revolution of the turn order?
We just got to the top of the order.
Okay.
Yeah. Demon Tower is going to slowly try to rebuild itself. Very slowly, but it does, fill in the holes that were just blown into it. Close-handed Captain is going to take a wild shot. Let's roll 3d6 to see where it is. Let's see, that would be towards... It fires off into a building, doesn't hit anything. Webby, it is now your go.
Okay. I was wondering, because it looks like I got pulled from the turn order when you changed my token.
I can still see it because I switched your other token to GM layer.
Gotcha.
Actually, I can just add this to you and give you the same thing.
Cool beans.
So what are you doing?
Well, the limit break procs its damage again on my turn.
Okay, that is doing massive damage once again to the Demon Tower as a whole, shrinking it back down.
I'm gonna run towards the Keyblade wielders and see if there's a way I can help them.
Well, the white-haired dude is bleeding pretty badly. He can barely stand, but he still has a Keyblade in hand. The other two are unconscious and bleeding. He's gonna look around. Did you do that?
Yeah, it's this cool thing somebody showed me, but we gotta get you and these two out of here. Can you carry one of them?
I think so.
I'll try to get the other one. And I try to pick up the smaller one.
Okay, I'll give you a strength +2.
Fail.
You're struggling, like, really hard.
This is not easy! She's like twice my size.
She is. Also, wait, you're still in limit break, right?
Yeah. Like, that's just persistent attack. It's just gonna go on.
Hey, congratulations. Lena just kind of pushes you off to the side and picks her up with her shadowy visage, since you're still in limit break.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Alright, now we've got to find Dr. Boy's ship and get to the ship. Alright, my friend's got a spaceship somewhere. We've got to get to that.
You mean the thing that just shot lasers at the Demon Tower, pointing at the ship, clearly hovering not too far from you guys?
Yeah, that! And I try to wave and get Dr. Boy's attention.
Oh, Christ.
Dr. Boy, down here!
I suppose I should roll perception.
Yeah, you
We
should.
need emergency evacuation!
You don't need to roll perception. You could just see this. Well, do the fireworks continue off of where you're centered or where you cast it?
That is a great question.
Because
I believe it follows me.
I'm so glad it's...
Because it's emanation. So it comes from me. So I believe it stays with me.
Okay, so Dr.
Yep.
Boy, you're noticing that Webby is launching fireworks randomly out of herself.
Do I notice that it doesn't seem to be hitting anyone that Webby is not an enemy to?
That, I will say, you need a perception check for.
Thank God I passed that.
Yes,
Like 4.
yes, you do.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the other group now. I'm just gonna say you guys continue bouncing around. Just Muriala, Mute, and Coco just roll me one set of 3d6 each. Just for... Oh, and Basil. Sorry, Basil. You too.
Is this against anything or just rolling, Izzy?
Just rolling straight. I'm looking for anything that would speed you guys up, meaning, like crits or crit failures that would slow you guys down.
I mean, there was a thing I was debating learning how to do if we need to suddenly dash up things.
You're not quite at that point yet, though you do... I will give you this, guys. As you exit the palace, running towards the main parts of the city, you're noticing that a lot of the city streets are flooded. And water is continuing to pour into the ground.
Coco, I've had an idea for a while about how to combine other types of spells. Do you trust me with this?
Yeah, you get hesitation, but then yes, feeling of trust.
That's such a loaded question.
I know, right?
Bam. All right. No, Coco, you can now run on walls.
Yeah!
You're like the most ridiculous version of Spider-Man now because you can bounce, stick, and run.
We going anime here, kids.
So what you're saying is Moriala pushed the little red button.
Yep.
Yep. Because we need to get out of here at an actual reasonable speed, and giving Coco haste and the ability to run on walls is the fastest way we can get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Dr. Boy, I'm just jumping right to you because everybody else in that group is pretty much just along for the ride.
So at this point, I see that the cannons are not doing a ton of damage to the demon tower, so I'm gonna fly down and pick up Webby and his compatriots.
Her compatriots?
Her compatriots.
Okay, are you picking up anything else?
I mean, just the people on the ground.
Gotcha.
Since all the small heartless are dead, we shouldn't have too much trouble with that.
Fair enough. Roll me piloting. I totally want to see you crash.
Izzy, while we're running, I'm also healing myself and anyone else who needs healing.
That was almost very bad. Passed by 1.
Okay.
2 6s in there.
You or Coco, if either of you need healing, you're at full health, or Basil.
Okay, so now there are 2 groups. The group on Coco and the group in the ship. Everybody perception, please.
Oh, that was a crit pass. Nice.
Pass by 1.
Pass by 2.
By 1.
Also
Pass
by 7.
We load people into this
Pass
spaceship.
7.
Okay, did anybody fail?
I did.
Oh. Devin is...
Actually, you know what? This seems like a good opportunity to use luck.
Is he?
Yep.
Am I supposed to interpret that as a roar?
Yes.
Okay, I passed this time.
Okay. You got all of you feel slight tremors, or that are on the ground feel slight tremors, and those of you that are in the spaceship looking down, you notice that a couple of buildings directly behind the palace are collapsing and caving in, and out of them is emerging this strange crystalline creature. I do not have a picture for it.
We were joking about this, but it might be happening. X, I blame you.
Why me?
What were you guys joking about?
We were joking about this, and now it's happening.
It's happening. God damn it.
What's
a crossover from hell.
Yup.
Wait, what?
We'll tell you after session, Izzy.
We'll tell you at the end of the stream, while on stream.
Also, I posted a thing in off topic. That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's legit. That sounds right.
Oh, this is amazing, Graveless.
Is this
This
a
is
song?
perfect.
Yep.
Coco, you need to drink the vial.
Oh, did you give me a bottle to drink?
Not that.
No. All right, so this strange crystalline thing, for those of you that passed by at least 3,
Yes.
you're noticing it is humanoid in shape with these dark crystalline wings that it flaps about and just a aura of shadows around it. Did anybody pass by at least 7?
I did.
You'll have to tell me.
Actually, yeah, Basil, you rolled a 4.
I did.
I rolled a 5, so I'm.
What do your Komodo dragon eyes see?
So what the Komodo dragon and the little boy notice is that you guys have seen this flying individual before in this form, just not crystals. You guys remember seeing this person back when you were in the Nexus of the Spirits.
Crap.
Who is this?
You guys all remember Orion's Heartless.
Oh, no. This is just the worst.
Well,
By the way, as you're all like staring in that general direction, you kind of notice that her head kind of just turns and stares back at you guys.
Time to run!
all of us at the same time?
I mean, in you guys' general direction.
Aren't we in two completely opposite directions?
I mean,
Yeah, I am 100% readying the action.
Don't ask him to explain it. It's creepier if he doesn't.
Okay, fair enough.
Crystal,
I am 100% readying the action to conjure images that conjure planes of impenetrability between us and any attacks that show up.
fair enough.
Conjure a pile of illusionary Cocos fleeing.
I need more mana for that, Coco.
Nope, you're not getting the staff.
All right.
Nice try.
I believe that is a smart decision.
Yeah, Orion, it is your go after that. And yet, Orion, by the way, private message.
Okay.
I'll let you process that for a minute. That said, it is your turn, though.
Yeah, well, I've got time.
Oh, you have as much time as you want.
So Izzy,
Yes.
I feel like I should roll one of my disadvantages here.
I'm not actually sure which one you're talking about, so I'm going to go pull open your sheet. But please do.
I'm just wondering if you think there should be a modifier on it.
Type me which disadvantage you think this is. Oh, never mind. I know exactly which one you're talking about. I'm going to give you a -3 penalty.
So I fail.
Have fun.
Oh,
Okay.
If you break my ship, I swear to God.
Yeah.
So Izzy, would that hard to move actually count?
There is. No, it's not in any way a penalty I'm imposing on you for anything. It is just a feeling.
Okay.
Like think of it as though like you're like running underwater kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I feel that is only right if I move toward the doors and open them.
Okay, that happens.
I swear to God, Orion.
I'm just gonna play my music and pretend none of this is happening.
You don't know any of this is happening.
Does Orion actually able to open the doors, or does Orion just try to open the doors?
What's your tech
we are in flight.
What is your tech level, Orion?
My tech level is 7. Granted, we've also been on this ship quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we're in flight. We're in flight mode. The bulkhead should be sealed.
But you're trying to pick up passengers.
We already got the passengers.
Oh, true. Orion, roll me intelligence.
Pass by 2, so.
Yeah, you can get through.
All right. Well, the doors are opening.
Yep.
Orion, don't make me get out of this chair. I will choke a bitch.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna need to get out of that chair.
Anything else, Sean? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
I will be playing the built-in audio for all passengers. Please remain seated with the doors shut and your seatbelts firmly fastened while in flight. Because I did install that after the last time this shit happened.
The only person who appears to be listening is 3PO.
Is 3PO?
Yes, and he's under a pile of coins.
Of course.
Hello?
How did he get wait, how did he get under the coins?
Scrooge threw them into the ship. He was there. He did not move.
God damn it, 3PO.
Well, it turns out that this feeling means I kind of feel like I need to jump out the door now.
That happens. I'll make you roll for the landing, but I'm not going to make you roll for the jump.
I have no disadvantage that says I want to come back for you. I want you to know that.
That's fine.
Oh my god. Webby, how are you taking this?
Oh no.
Will?
Oh, there.
Yeah, you're seeing, you're seeing this all unfold as well.
I think I'm more worried about applying first aid to the 2 unconscious people,
Fair enough.
which I do with
Success.
considerable success. That's a pass by 6 on first aid.
Good stuff. This combat was supposed to be over. Oh well.
Well, you just keep throwing bosses at us, Izzy. What are we supposed to do?
What?
This is like the endless boss fight.
You guys are in boss rush mode till the end of the game. Every session, 3 new bosses.
Clearly.
Alrighty, we're gonna jump over. Alright, group on Coco. Muriala, Coco, Mute, Basil. Your guys' go.
Run away!
Coco, roll me.
Like an appropriate course of action.
Coco, as a note, you have +5 move and +5 dodge right now.
Coco, just roll me a dodge check. There are crystal shards coming in at you.
Can I roll Reflect Missile to also help Izzy?
You may do that.
I succeed.
Pass by 4.
Okay, that works. Basil, Mute, you guys want to do anything?
Sorry, were you talking?
Yeah, do you guys want to do anything while you guys are running away from the giant crystalline thingy?
Giant crystalline
Person.
Heartlet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can dominate.
I'm somehow unsurprised by this, and I feel like it's going to go very badly for us.
Yep.
I mean, I have to at least try.
Komodo Dragon versus Crystal Woman. Sounds good to me. I'm assuming I need
Hey,
to...
I still got my own brain in here.
You do. Let's see. You are not at a computer, so I will roll for you. Everybody else can be witness. 3d6, activation roll. Activation passes with flying colors.
Is that a crit, or just barely not a crit?
That is not a crit. Not for activation. Activation is different from the intelligence roll.
Yeah. Now I'm worried that the actual attempt to dominate is gonna go.
Yep. Attempt to dominate.
If you crit, you win. You didn't crit.
Passed by 7.
Okay.
I actually need to pull up stats, because that's relevant.
Hooray.
What's the crit look like?
Let's see how this will save goes.
It looks like Orion.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, you've seen this before. Just not crystallized. Okay.
So, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm starting not to like the Endless Empire very much.
The Expanding Empire?
That, yeah.
I haven't really liked it for quite some time, but...
Same.
The world's unfortunately... Does anyone have any idea how we keep this world from falling apart?
After what Webby did, I believe the answer is flee and live.
What, did Webby break something?
Yes.
Well, we could stick around and see if the demon tower finally falls down.
I don't know about this in character, but yes.
So, yeah, she rolled well, just not a pass by 7.
Yes.
So Basil, congratulations! You have a giant floating crystal heartless as of right now. She is fighting back, by the way.
Oh, of course, but at the same time, I have 2 mines to help.
Yeah. Every turn she's making more wills. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna accelerate through this, guys. How do you guys want this to resolve? Is the question.
Well, a lot of that depends on Orion, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on Orion for a bit. Orion, what is your ultimate plan here?
Well, I feel like I need to get there. Unfortunately, I was very impulsive and didn't think things through.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am the most mobile thing ever right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if Orion doesn't have a way to stop me, I'm just grabbing him as we go.
I mean, then that's going to be a challenge of strength, or rather, you have to attack. Orion gets a dodge chance, and then
Muriel would definitely be like, Orion, what are you doing?
Like, I am on so many movement cracks right now, I can just get anywhere.
Orion, what are you doing?
I need to go there.
Go where?
No, it doesn't.
Wait, where do
Nick, you get my intention that we don't have time for this, and just help with what I'm about to do. I'm going to try and I'm literally just going to go fast enough, collide into Orion, and just use sheer speed to keep her pinned to me while we go into the
Oh my god.
I don't have any limbs free!
Give me the staff.
No!
Do you want me to take the staff instead?
Grab her!
Use the force, mute.
Let go.
I don't. Unfortunately, I can't lift someone that is someone with the force yet because my weight limit is still like 5 pounds. Or actually, I think it's only like 3 pounds.
If no one has a better plan, I'm colliding into her.
Yeah, you're because Orion, are you joining us evacuating off of this world?
You-
where you're,
Oh,
are you
take the staff?
Okay, there were 3 people talking there. I didn't hear it. So, Nick, I heard you the loudest. What were you saying?
Yeah, Orion, are you going to join us getting out of here before this entire world gets eaten? Again. You remember what happened last time?
Orion?
Wait a minute. Izzy, I have private things.
Yep, I'm watching the private chats like crazy.
Sean?
Yeah.
What's your response?
So, So the thing is, you're trying to be reasonable with Orion.
Oh, no. I'm just looking for what Orion's reaction to this is.
Can you repeat your exact words again?
Are you going to join us evacuating from this world, or are you going to wait here and deal with what happened last time a bunch of the Demon Tower, showed up?
Damn it.
It's mostly a question of, does Muriel think Orion is mentally compromised by some magical effect right now?
I'm sure you can roll some sort of insight on that.
Hang on. Has our group made it and joined up with Orion?
Yes,
we are with
yes,
Orion.
we're currently
I
with
also
Orion.
passed by 7 on psychology.
How does the pole rank thing work?
Okay, I guess that's happening.
Oh boy.
Izzy, passed by 7 on psychology for Orion's mental state also.
Sean can explain that. Unless, Sean, you want to roll acting.
I mean, Orion's not hiding anything. There's just a giant longing to be with the other half, and Orion's impulsive at the moment.
Well, fuck, that is exactly the wrong answer in regards to getting Muriel to help with things. Give me a second. Yeah, no, Muriel's just like activates detection spell.
Oh my god. Izzy, how quick can I get to the ship?
Dr. Boy, piloting check.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, I probably would have tried to chase Orion, if only because Orion seems to be going in the direction of the rest of the group. So I'm probably heading in that way. Piloting check.
Because I need to act very quickly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you give the exact answer that Muriel would be like, no, this sounds interesting. I want to see what happens.
Passed by 1. I am getting...
Yeah, I'm just curious
Areas.
if Basil has any kind of rank to try and pull against Orion.
Okay, Orion, I forget, how many ranks do you have?
So I'm a rank 4.
Okay, that is less than other Basil. He is still going to attempt to pull rank on you. Yeah, you just kind of...
I couldn't raise it. God damn it.
No. His rank is less than yours.
Okay.
Yes, you're fine. He tries to pull rank on you and fails. Again, how nobody rank works is you have to mostly, for the most part, be mindless for it to work.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes?
Except if Orion pulled it on nobody Basil, then it would work, right?
No, it wouldn't. Because nobody Basil has a mind. And he's not a Dusk or a Samurai or a mindless nobody. It's just the mindless ones would listen to Orion over nobody Basil.
Man, this sounds fascinating. This might actually reveal some more information about how hearts and bodies and other things really work. Wax, you definitely get, like, there's a small part of Muriel who's like, this is probably a bad idea, but most of her
Perception check, everybody. Anybody force sensitive is getting blares of danger.
Fuck.
Fail.
Pass by 9.
You're telling me I actually passed a perception check? Again?
Pass by 1. I don't know if Force Sense gives me any bonus to that.
Force Sense doesn't, but you got danger. For everybody that passes, you're noticing there were tremors before. They stopped when this thing erupted. Now the tremors are back.
Do I have any idea what the source of this is?
It's coming from down.
Webby, can you limit break again?
It's still going on as far as I'm aware.
It is.
All right, look, we have to get off of this world, but I really want to see what happens when the Orions fuse.
Are we on the ship yet?
I think we're still standing on a building arguing with Orion.
Yes.
I'm not arguing with anyone. I'm the one I'm moving.
You are probably within the radius of the fireworks display by now, though.
I mean,
Okay.
Orion can't outrun me, so if you're talking to Orion, the ship is probably there.
If the ship is there, you're definitely inside the radius of the fireworks display.
If we're on the ship, you're just like, all right, Dr. Boy, I can get ready to support us into darkness, but I really want to see what happens when they fuse.
Well, I think it's a bad idea, but seeing as I can't open the portal of darkness myself, we're kind of...
Rather than waste time arguing, I'm going to drop everyone off on me and just dive back out to grab Orion.
Okay. Attack check, Sean, dodge check.
Also, Mute, I give you the staff. You get a very strong feeling to not give it to Muriel.
Wait, to me?
To mute.
Okay.
Are they on the ship yet or no?
Everybody except for Orion and Coco is on the ship. Also, I'm saying your limit has just ended.
Okay.
So this is a what check?
Well, it's going to be an attack for you to hit, and then a dodge for Orion, or whatever defense Orion wants to do.
All right, I did hit.
Okay. Orion, what do you want to do?
So it's an attempted dodge check, but it's not. It fails.
Cool.
Okay.
While we're on the ship, just, Mute, I could probably solve a lot of these problems if I had that staff right now.
Hey, is that Magicka's staff?
Coco, not at me. Coco's the one who has the staff.
No, Coco handed it to you.
Oh, Coco finally did? Oh, okay.
I handed it to you with a very strong emotion to not give it to other people.
I thought, yeah, Coco really wants me to not hand this off.
Mute,
anymore.
you can't talk right now. Private messages.
Mute, how did you get Magicka's staff?
Well, I'm pretty sure Coco killed her.
What?
Well, okay, sorry. It was either Coco or Judge Master. Well, actually, it could have been Judge Master. Or maybe Other Basil. Hey, Other Basil, are you the one who killed her?
Other Basil will shake his head.
Alright, who was it?
But if Magicka's dead, who am I supposed to ask how I'm supposed to save Lena?
Well, if I had the staff, I'm pretty sure I could figure out a way to do that.
Okay.
Don't we have more pressing matters right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to be kind of gritting my teeth as I hold the staff, apparently.
Yep.
Do I need to be making
Why
a...
is Scrooge McDuck like underneath the close-handed cat?
He's on the ship with you guys. Sorry. I forgot
Whatever
to
you
move.
idiots do with that staff, do not break my goddamn ship.
Forgot to move.
Oh no, if that staff is what I think it is, I could make your ship invincible.
I don't think you...
Dr. Boy is slightly more on board.
Can I please finish this business quickly?
Yes, you get back. Okay, everybody is back on the ship as of this point. I will say.
Izzy,
Yes.
do I need to be making will saves or anything to talk her out?
You can make a will save.
All right, so am I able to grab Orion and drag her back?
Yeah.
You grab Orion.
Pass by one.
Okay, I'm dragging Orion back on the ship with my sweet mobility.
Did you pass or fail?
I passed.
Okay. You grit your teeth.
All right.
It would be a really bad idea to hand off the staff and I'm Coco.
Izzy?
Yep.
I can't understand what you said, Sean.
No,
You
Izzy?
know, that someone actually probably works out, considering that this is through grit teeth and wincing.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Orion, go.
Asking you a question in private chat. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
As Beer doesn't look, if you're trying to hold off on channeling insane amounts of magical power through your body, it hurts a lot. I actually have a lot of experience dealing with it.
If I'm back on the ship, I'm just taking the staff.
We're not quite back on the ship yet.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. As you're jumping off the rooftop.
It's a really good thing I didn't actually channel darkness during the last fight.
Okay, good, because that means I do not attack Coco.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Also, Coco's aura kind of calms you down a little bit.
Okay.
Uriel probably definitely would have rolled fast talk by now to try and convince Mute, but that probably coincides with Coco coming back.
All right. So Orion, do you guys get back on the ship? No problem, or?
Yeah, we get back on the ship.
Okay. You guys are back on the ship. Fireworks have ended. Why is there so much pink on my screen still?
Oh, sorry. Turning off fireworks.
Orion, I swear to God, if you do it again, I will build a child safety seat just for you. And it will have several alarm bells on it.
Okay, Coco, that would have actually explained a lot about how Heartless and Nobody is, and maybe Hearts work if we'd seen it.
So, by the way, for those of you that passed your perception check a few minutes ago, noticing that everything was tremoring, you're noticing that the ground is now visibly shaking, as though it's an earthquake, and then fissures are opening up in the ground.
Oh no, I'm so low on power. If only I had something that could grant me lots of mana to create a doorway to darkness and save all of us.
No. Yeah, do you hand me the staff back?
I'll hand the staff back to Coco, since Coco specifically said to hold on to it and not give it to anyone else. And I will be very relieved when I hand the staff off, as I'm no longer in touching it.
I actually have to make a roll to not be unreasonable right now.
Well, you passed.
No, yeah. We're just gonna stare at Coco for probably an uncomfortable amount of time, considering the world is shattering.
Well, hold on. I need an answer from Izzy that might affect my action. Okay, so I put the staff on the ground, crack most of the handle off, eat the orb on top, and hand you the stick.
Can you actually break the staff?
I'm a little concerned about the fact that he ate the orb.
Yeah, Muriel is smacking you on the side of the head with a stick and summoning a doorway to darkness. No, this is not a light smack. This is actually enough to do damage.
You can try.
I'm sure Izzy's enjoying the PvP inter-party combat.
The combat session was supposed to end like after one round, and then another thing happened, and you guys dragged it out. Now it's PvP. I'm so happy.
Pass the thing.
Dodge. Dodged.
I would have gotten rid of your spell, but you probably still dodged.
That's fine.
No, I was like, you almost definitely still dodged.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was just gonna say the smack connects with Coco's head, and then Coco's head bounces off of the wall, and nothing happens. Because you still have gummy berry juice in your system for like another 10 seconds.
Boing.
You actually just hear, oh, god damn it, before Muriel sees some semblance of reason about not dying over being stubborn and opens the doorway to darkness.
Dr. Boy is going to be muttering to himself darkly as he flies through the portal. Orion gets many, many angry dog glances.
So, the expanding empire just get eaten.
Pretty much.
Might have been able to fix that if I had, the gem. Coco.
You are not going to use the Souls of Worlds as your fuel source.
It's not the Souls of Worlds!
Yeah, it's their heart.
I kind of doubt that, considering where the rest of the power came from. Is it actually that? Will you let me see if it's that?
Coco, you're also going to get a sense of mute of whether you know what it is, because it was just crying out in pain.
Hold on, I know what Magicka's staff is. Does it just look like it's Magicka's staff?
Oh yeah, it looks like it's Magicka's staff. But Coco ate the top piece that was the orb.
If I hold the staff now, does it no longer scream out in pain?
The stick part that Muriela has? No, it does not.
Yeah.
Guys, Magicka's staff is not a Heart of a World. It's just an ancient Sumerian amulet.
I'm
And
not
that
sure
puts
right.
more
The gem
likely towards what I think it is.
the gem was screaming in pain about it being broken and hurt.
What? Really?
I nod.
That's weird.
All right. If it's actually the heart of the world, I won't use it for power, just like the last one that I stopped using for power as soon as I realized what it was.
Is a private question.
Private answer.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna just walk over to you, Nick. Put my head on you.
Also, before we do that, sorry, to get out of there, I needed a spell casting check from Muriala to open a doorway, and then
I passed that by 7, Izzy.
okay, unlocking from Webby, and then piloting for Dr. Boy at -3.
I passed by 6 after the -3.
Okay.
Pass lockpick.
Cool. As that doorway opens up, a torrential flood of more Heartless show up. Webby, you remember those eyes that all popped at the gateway last session after you locked it?
Yep.
They were looking for another way in.
Oh, great.
But it's okay. The piloting ship means you guys navigate around them.
You broke up, Izzy.
But the piloting check means you guys got around them safely.
Cool.
So,
Max, you were doing something?
yeah, I put my head on you. And I'm going to conjure up some very specific feelings. First, I conjure the scream that you and I both heard from the Moana Heart world. And then another scream, different but similar, which you get is connected to the orb from the staff.
All right. I have to actually roll to see if I trust this. Because of my failing of that other check. Izzy, does Muriala believe that this is in fact the thing that Coco perceived when touching that?
I mean, you passed, so yeah, you have no reason to doubt it. Unless you don't believe Coco.
Well, I suppose Magica and by proxy Ursula are even worse than I thought they were. I'm glad she's dead. At least presumably dead.
Was she supposed to be somebody important, lass?
I don't know, Webby. How important was she? You seem to know her.
Magica?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call her important. She was kind of Scrooge's arch nemesis.
He's just gonna scoff at that and turn around and just like start dribbling gold coins from one hand into another, just like transfixed by them.
Like, it doesn't happen for a little while, but she tormented the McDuck clan for a long time until Scrooge managed to trap her inside of his #1 dime.
My what now?
Your #1 dime. The first dime you ever made. From Shining Shoes in, yeah, when you shined your gardener's shoes. It was the first time, it was how you learned the value of hard work.
Yeah, hard work. That sounds important. You should just try using magic. It's easier.
Was that from Scrooge?
That didn't sound like Scrooge.
Izzy.
Did Scrooge just say that?
Oh, yes, he did.
Izzy psychology.
Okay, I jump on Scrooge and grab him by the front of his shirt and say, "All right, imposter, what did you do with Scrooge McDuck?"
What are you talking about, lass? I am Scrooge McDuck.
Dispel
Scrooge McDuck would never say that, and the only thing that was more important to him than family was his #1 dime. I refuse to believe that you would forget something like that.
Izzy, dispel magic.
Oh, fun. Hold on a second.
This day is full of revelations.
I really should have.
Anyone feel like we have a pattern of just having ridiculously explosive sessions of plot?
That sounds like what we've been trying to do, yes.
You're tired of having explosive sessions of plot?
No, just the feeling that it happened a lot.
This is very plot dense. That's probably why.
I guess you're welcome.
Especially when we're kind of going the way that he wanted us to.
I don't believe Dispel works on this. Dispel will not work.
It stops any magical effect in the area, which was mostly targeted at Scrooge and Webby because she was currently holding his collar.
You know what? I'm going to let the dice decide. The dice have spoken.
Pass by 6.
Okay, so, Webby, as you are shaking Scrooge, and then Muriala just holds up a hand and casts Dispel. A lot of the feathers are going to tear free, and there's just going to be a pile of feathers and a clay exoskeleton sitting in front of you.
What in the world?
Oh, never mind, that makes sense.
Simulacrum, actually.
Oh, simulacrum. Okay.
Was the gold all fake, or...?
It was a fake Scrooge?
For how do we find...
What are you talking? I am the real Scrooge.
Then where's the real Scrooge?
I am the real Scrooge. I am the real Scrooge. I am the real Scrooge.
Izzy, I'm rolling thaumaturgy to figure out things. Pass by 7.
This simulacrum has been made within the past 12 hours.
Well, it's only about 12 hours old, which... one minute. Do I actually get how the spell works?
How much did you pass by?
7.
Izzy, how long has it been since we got to the Expanding Empire till now?
You guys were in the subs for 3 days.
Wow, that long.
All right, so someone probably replaced Scrooge between the time when I argued about magic with him at the docks and now. Did anyone leave his presence in that time? I was in the book for a while.
So Muriela, what do you know about simulacrums? Anybody can roll thaumaturgy or occult right now, by the way.
Thaumaturgy. It's a great skill.
Anybody can make this roll.
What roll? What type of roll are we making?
Thaumaturgy or occult?
Occult passed by 4.
I have no skills in either of those.
Hold on.
Anybody else? Okay.
I'll roll occult.
Okay, so roll it, roll it, roll it.
Nope. That's a fail by 1.
Okay, so for those of you that passed, simulacrums are effectively golems, but they are sculpted in the exact image of the target. However, to make this thing a perfect image, they have to have some part of the person's original body. Hair, a fingernail, something like that, and has to be incorporated into the simulacrum. And
Or his feathers.
And the simulacrum will have pretty much any kind of personality that is programmed into it, often meant to be as similar to the person that they are copying as much. That said, it takes a long time to make a simulacrum. Like, it's not something you can throw together in a couple of hours. It takes a few days.
But why would someone want to make a simulacrum of Scrooge?
Either to kidnap the original or throw people off of their trail, considering for an average mage it will take a week's worth of time, though a very skilled one will take less. And Izzy, can simulacrums cast magic? I passed by 7 on my check to know how these work.
They definitely have magic inside of them. They probably could if they were created by an especially powerful mage.
God damn it, Magica was probably a simulacrum and so Scrooge. Magica was a Doombot.
Speaking of which, can I go over to Mute and kind of...
Magica escaped.
Didn't she? Well, wait, how many of us actually got to see the shadow like explode and run away, retreat?
All the people that were in that room.
Even those of us who were under pain?
Yes, because pain immediately ended as it left the body, and then you saw it disappear.
So we actually saw the shadow escape.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of know what happened then.
Muriel is going to interrogate Mute as to what happened, because Muriel does not actually have high pain threshold nor perfect memory.
I will give an explanation of what happened from best I can, which seems to be that Judge Master cut her in half, but then her body disappeared and shadow remained, and her shadow kind of took all the darkness in the room and ran.
Is there anything I can roll in my hidden lores or other things to figure out what that means?
Thaumaturgy.
Oh, that's a much better roll, thank you. Pass by 6!
That's definitely some kind of mixing between darkness magic and necromancy. You get the feeling as though, like, you killed the body, yes, but the body is not the important thing to kill on Magica.
Great, okay, so her heart and soul ran away. We're going to have to figure out how to destroy one of those to actually finish her off. Whether or not she comes back in the same body... Wait, no, she knows Ursula's shapeshifting magic. She's going to come back in the same body, probably. Eventually.
So, I'm going to go over to Mute and kind of nudge him and convey an image of the coins and necklace that fell.
I'll hand those up. I'll take those out. Do we have any idea what they are? What they?
I look over at Muriela.
All right, I will go analyze. I will analyze these and bear in mind, I know all the spells in regards to making trapped and cursed items.
Yep.
Wait, what? There's also going to be, as I was doing this, I was starting to flip through the book to figure out what happened with everything going on, and I apparently don't have any new pages, but Steve might have left the book.
Hey, Muriela!
I really want to know how and where he is.
Given what he knew of magic, I would guess he's either rewound time so that it's before he ever entered the book, or he managed to find a spatial / world-based verge and shunted himself sideways.
Yeah. Can you help me find him? Because I'd like to ask how he did it, because I'd kind of like to return the rest of the book somewhere.
My best guess, he's probably in Manhattan. We can find him there.
I get a... I'm going to convey a message to Mute. We should go look inside the book.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Okay, so...
Izzy, I think you know what I'm... Do you know where my train of thoughts go?
I don't. So you can type that to me privately if you want. In the meantime, before that happens, you guys were changing something in hands? What was going on there?
Muriel is analyzing all the items Magica dropped and doing in-depth scans to make sure they're not dangerous.
Did you roll those?
How many rolls do you want me to make?
5, 1 for each item. Or are you also giving him the staff orb?
Muriel is functionally taking a large amount of time to analyze these to the point where pass by 7 to crit is roughly what she'd get.
Okay. So. I'm sorry, I only needed 4 of those. Apologies. So. First things first. The necklace, Muriela.
Yep.
It's like a container of some sort, but you don't really sense anything inside.
Great. It's a container, given other things, likely for some sort of spirit creature or heartless, I'm guessing. Is that right, Izzy?
You're not sure. It feels like the way this thing is crafted, there should already be something in there, but you don't sense anything.
Alternatively, it could have been Magica's own soul. Not actually terribly useful.
It's a phylactery.
Maybe. I wonder if we could trap it. I'll see what I can figure out in regards to trapping it for next time we see her and kill her. We might be able to draw her spirit into it.
Okay. Next up, there's 3 coins.
Yep.
They seem like normal gold coins. You do analysis, and you feel that those are very... Oh, I'm sorry. The necklace has a seashell on it. Important. The gold...
Interesting.
The gold coins appear to be plain gold coins, and as you start analyzing it, you're like, huh, same kind of deal as the seashell necklace. And then you flip them over, and you realize that there are faces on these gold coins.
Well, I'm assuming these are either hearts or souls for people who are bound to contract, but we can't be quite sure. Do any of them look familiar?
Look on the screen.
Oh no.
These 3.
Huh.
Also, as you look at them, you'll notice that the coins are winking at you.
You broke up, Izzy.
The coins are winking at you, because you can see their faces.
Wink once if you can understand me, blink if you can't.
They wink once.
Wait, which faces are on the coins?
Wonderful. Did the 3 of you happen to make a deal with some sort of sorceress in exchange for some sort of power?
They blink.
Wait, what 3 faces are on the coins?
Okay, look at these coins. There are 3
The crew from
minds or souls or hearts. I'm not... Izzy! Light.
Miriella?
Yeah?
This is something that Magica can actually do. She can trap people's souls in coins. She probably just sealed them there.
Here's a question. Is it their soul or their heart, and are those distinct things?
I don't know if those are different things. I think they're kind of the same thing.
Izzy, from any of the things I know, are those the same or different?
You do not know.
Okay. Do they radiate the same sort of light, lux, and patterns of darkness that most living beings do, or are they distinct?
They are distinct as individuals. No different than when you did scans and they were in their human forms.
Actually, if I recall,
just weaker.
The way we got Scrooge out of the dime when he was sealed in the dime was just having Magica use her... We deflected Magica's staff bolt into the dime, and that just freed him. So we might be able to free them with the staff.
That makes no sense unless it was a spell that actually mirrors itself. Why would anyone design a spell like that?
I don't know. I'm not a dark wizard.
Are you guys going into the book now, or are you guys gonna deal with this first?
I figure Mute and I have been in the book during.
Yeah, I actually have something I need to talk to Muriella about.
Izzy, I conveyed privately my concern.
So, Muriella. Can you create simulacrums?
God damn it. Should I just copy this to...
I already did.
Mute?
I already did.
God damn it.
Repeat, Webby?
Can you create simulacrums?
I don't specifically know how to. I know some of the theory behind it, but it didn't seem all that useful to learn.
Is it something, but it's something you could learn how to do?
Izzy, should we drop into another channel?
I mean, eventually, yes.
Can we have a channel of me and Coco?
Yeah, that.
Just go into game time. I prefer you guys did this on screen.
A decent amount of time, but...
The,
What are you thinking of doing that for your shadow? Lena, that's what her name was, right?
Right. I was wondering if there's a way you could create a simulacrum for her, and we could, like connect her soul to it, and maybe that would be a way to rescue her from my shadow, the shadow realm, the book. However, she's kind of stuck in non-existent space or whatever.
So, I could create what would be a copy of her as you knew her. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about how hearts or souls work to actually meaningfully move those yet.
Also, simulacrums are a little beyond you at this point. It's nowhere near your specialty.
As a simulacrums are enchantment, my specialty is literally enchantment.
I thought they were necromancy.
No, they're enchantment.
No, they're enchantment.
But with some work and some help from a brave assistant like me, you might be able to figure out how?
I might. There is also a decent chance that, things like accidentally removing a heart would happen. If we want to do this, loath as I am to admit it, we probably want to go back to Daybroken Town and consult some of the unions about magic related to hearts. However, they are unlikely to give me that information since I don't have a Keyblade.
But they might be likely to give me that information since I do.
If you're willing to take that risk, then I'm happy to help.
Speaking of which, Izzy, do you want us to role play things out with you in the book?
I would. Just give me 1 minute to finish this scene here, and then we're gonna
Okay.
you guys leave. As you say that, the white-haired guy who was conscious at the end of it, the Keyblade wielder, is going to step up and say, "Maybe I can help with that."
Can you?
Izzy, can I roll the knowledge that I have for area knowledge to see if I recognize what he's about?
Sure.
I mean, this guy did just see me take on a demon tower and save his two friends, so...
If nothing else, we owe you.
Pass by 3.
Name Zaksu. You have no idea who this guy is.
I'm Webby. It's nice to meet you.
He has an X in his name, don't trust him.
I'm the leader of the Thunder Squad of the Union Leopardus. We're going around trying to save as many worlds that have been slowly falling and corrupting for unknown reasons.
That sounds like exactly the kind of thing I want to be involved in.
I'm pretty sure the reason is that there's a bunch of people who are actively trying to make worlds fall into darkness and opening the various doorways to let the Heartless through.
We could actually use help with you guys. There's a revolution that's taking place not too far, and hopefully we'll be able to stop one of the great sources of the World Destroyers.
What did this guy call himself?
Zaksu. Zakxu. Of the Leopardus Union.
Alright, Zaksu, do you know much about either heart magic or light magic?
It's not my specialty.
Do you know anyone who you could point us to that actually is an expert who might be able to help with our questions in this regard?
I mean, I wouldn't trust anybody except for the lieutenant of our union. He kind of runs everything now. After, Master Gula, left us for dead, and our captain was a complete idiot.
And is he an expert in either of these reasonably theoretical matters?
He's very theoretical. Likes to figure things out.
Sounds like exactly the kind of person we want to know.
That's actually entirely true.
Yeah, he's very tactical. He's actually making sure we finish all of our missions so we can help with this revolution.
Awesome! And I get to be part of another revolution!
Okay, revolution is a word with many meanings.
But we're not trying to spin you in a circle.
Dr. White lost from the cockpit.
Revolution against who? Which groups? Which worlds?
Not worlds. The World Eater.
The what?
The World Eater?
It's like a planet, but it keeps changing its locations, destroying everything in its path.
Oh, for a second there I thought you were going to say Galactus. Never mind.
Shit.
Does it destroy things with a giant green beam of energy?
Yeah, that's the one. You've seen it?
Okay, yeah, we've seen that one.
We were almost on a world when it got blown up.
You survived?
Barely.
You have to join us. The people who are
Alright.
who are helping, they're trying to find some kind of weakness. They said the one source that like had that kind of information went missing after a world was destroyed. They thought all hope was lost. But you can bring them that hope. You have information that none of them have.
I mean, my information is most of the fact that I'm pretty sure I can't block its giant world-eating destruction blast with magic.
As if on cue, R2-D2 is going to let out a whistle as part of his headlights on fire.
I'm going to get rid of R2-D2's fire because I like R2. He knows how to make the ship work, and the microwave. The microwave turns inedible things into food. It's a very important, weird thing that is obviously magical, but I don't understand it.
Alright, I'm going to take a pause from this for a second because...
go about getting to know how to fix up R2?
I think Izzy's vanishing, so we can just be silly with each other for a while.
No, I'm not vanishing. I'm putting you guys on pause for a minute because there's another scene happening simultaneously and I want to give them a minute. Coco, mute. You guys have just entered the book, and the description that I gave you guys is thusly. You enter the world of Monopolis, normally a happy black and white world with, thriving inhabitants. And it's very easy to find Steve, who is often on that same park bench meditating. But as you enter the book this time, the black and white pages have seemed to gray, and everything almost looks a little sick and twisted. And the inhabitants just seem to be absent. There are a few here and there, but the majority of the population is just gone. And as you go to the park where Steve is always sitting, he's not there.
Work.
What happened is
Work.
I'm going to start frantically looking around because...
Investigate?
I don't actually have that skill.
That is unfortunate.
I want to leave and grab other people to pull them into the book right now.
Okay.
Coco, are you okay with that, or is there anything Coco tries to send before that? Because Mute Pie kind of looks around in a panic, and then probably very much goes for the okay, jump back out and grab people.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that.
Okay, after you guys finish that little talk with Zaksu, yeah, I'm pronouncing that correctly, Mute pops it out of the book. You may continue now.
Steve's missing from the book, and so is the cauldron, and Monopolis seems like it's gotten messed up from it. I need someone else to look at it, and probably grabbing Basil and Muriel and dragging them into the book.
I literally can't look at it unless we go and get more of those badges.
Can't you use it sort of that area?
He can't. Or she can't.
We can go back to the stream where we get badges and ask the people there, but most of what I need to analyze things I can't do.
Well, Basil can still look at it first, right?
Yes.
Basil can. Zaksu. So more about this lieutenant.
Basil's grabbed and dragged into the book.
I'm going to take care of them first.
What am I? Oh, okay.
You're getting dragged.
Am I still a Komodo dragon?
You're still a Komodo dragon because you have not looked for a mouse vial yet.
Uh-oh.
The vials do not expire. They do not expire.
But how many do we have, and is there a chance that there's no mouse file?
You have several. There is exactly one mouse file.
Oh.
Do you want it?
I can wait. I just had a moment of, are we going to have to come back to a plane that is possibly getting destroyed?
Fuck you all.
We're so good at this.
What?
Okay, Basil, roll me your deductive reasoning, please.
forgot how we started that.
You just roll 3d6 and it's against your intelligence.
Okay, I passed by 2.
Okay, Basil. From your
Part of the
deductive...
problem is I didn't collect them.
Oh no, we're not talking about that. Because as soon as Mute drags you into the book, you're going to notice a lot of things. First off...
Oh.
Yeah. The darkness seems to permeate through the land as though like it has been charged with something negative. Just quickly looking around where you and Mute land is by the bench where Steve normally sits. And actually, just from looking at the bench, like Steve has not left that in months, if not years, from how time works in this book. Like there is a specific worn spot where his butt sits. And like not only that, but you also notice right next to him, there are a couple of, indents in the ground. Dare I say where the cauldron feet were.
Anything unusual about that spot?
That spot...
Are there any drag marks, or is it just gone?
No drag marks, but that spot more than any other spot in this world is especially, like... It's darker, as though like it's been more charged in that specific thing, as though darkness in that area is more concentrated.
Oh dear. We should not have brought the cauldron in here.
As a reminder for you, Basil, because you heard this and you're smart, it was totally, a dark corrupting resurrection artifact.
It was... What was that?
A dark, corrupting artifact of resurrection.
Okay. And what's the best way to describe the way that people are stored in this?
That's an excellent question.
Didn't you say we made the correct decision when we put it in the book originally?
I said you made the correct decision for putting Muriala in the book. I said you made an interesting decision when you put the cauldron in the book.
Where are we supposed to put it?
In your belt pouches that are bags of holding that I gave you.
Wait, you had those?
Muriala has those. Muriala has those.
I didn't know we had those.
I gave you some!
No, you didn't.
You didn't tell me that.
I also have those, though they're not strong enough unless I have a source of much greater power to make them better.
I don't have that marked on my character sheet.
Yeah, I had no idea those existed.
They probably also aren't
I could have sworn I gave you plus 100 carrying capacity for items.
I don't think so.
I don't remember that either, Nick.
I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Yeah, we could have just shoved it in one of those.
I think I can definitely determine at least the whole... Okay, so the cauldron has definitely corrupted this area, but I wonder if it's like a side effect of the fact that normally things go into the cauldron and come back out alive. So I'm wondering what happens when you put the cauldron into something that is storing the souls of people who are lost.
Did I lose connection?
I don't think so. Were you trying to
Okay.
talk?
No, it was just really quiet all of a sudden.
Then you
Have
probably
we been
lost
in the book between the time you put the cauldron in the book and now?
No.
Yeah, it was fine then.
When you dropped it off the last time, you guys have not been in the book.
I thought we went in after real quick when we were like going down to the treasure room.
We did go in and talk to Steve.
Yes, and that's when you left it with him, and he was fine during that.
And Steve didn't notice anything?
Seemingly not.
We didn't notice him notice anything.
You didn't know? Yeah, that's true. You didn't notice him notice anything.
Let's see. Are we still?
And we can't find like any trace of anything in the area.
No, it does not appear as though there are... Well, there are some residents still walking around.
Really?
There are a few. There is a handful. It's not nearly as many as... Like, before it was, like, a populated city. Think, like, New York City, Times Square, like, people are, like, everywhere. Now, it's more like, think, like, Woodstock, where, like, nobody is interested in music. Just kind of, like, a handful of people here and there.
Is there any noise still?
Like the wind rustling against dry leaves and
No,
dead grass.
the enemy type.
Oh, they're not. They've never been in this part of the book. They are in the corridors between. They are not in the actual world sections.
Never mind.
The souls of people that were lost in the cauldron before got to the book, so where did they go now?
Good question.
Can we get more pins, badges, whatever, for Mariella so she can do investigation?
Where are you going to get those?
Didn't we get those from the people in the central area that were playing the game?
You got them from Anthony, very specifically.
Can I find Tony to get them from him?
Observation.
Can I roll perception?
You may roll perception. Actually, for you, you may roll dreaming.
I haven't got a chance to roll this in forever. That will be a success.
Yep. Yeah, you totally get some pins. Or rather, you find him. Sorry. He's just gotta you don't find him in this world. You actually have to go out to the street. And you just kind of see him walking around getting chased by a bunch of noise.
Well, we'll help him out with that and then immediately go to asking him if he has any more pins and if he has any idea what happened with Minneapolis.
Monopolis? No idea. No idea. But yeah, I got tons of pins. I've been working on them. I guess I should pay you for, helping me out back there.
Helping you out with what?
From those creatures. You just saved him from noise. I literally just said that.
Yeah, I don't think my character would recognize that as having to help someone out and being owed something.
In any case, here, take these. He's going to hand you 3 pins. They are not blank.
Do you have any blank ones or know where I could find a blank one?
Not yet. You got to win one of those tin tournaments to get more blank ones.
Where are those held and how often?
Main area. Next one's in a couple of days. Sean, if you want to do this is a dreaming roll between sessions.
Yep.
I know. Peek behind the curtain there. I'm not going to do this for you guys during a Wednesday session. We only have half an hour left. That said, you guys now have 3 pins, and they have this blue energy that kind of X's out. Here, I'll draw you the symbol. Am I in the right? Yeah.
Look, I don't actually remember this game well enough to know what a specific pin does, and I'm pretty sure we're not testing out the pins right now. You want to
he gave you 3 Iron Man suits.
Oh, okay.
Do they come with a Jarvis? That might actually be helpful.
You'll have to try it out to find out. In any case, I'm going to jump out of the book now.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're leaving the book at around that time as well.
Yeah. So, out of the book. First things first, where are you guys actually heading to?
Well,
I
honestly,
want to go back to Manhattan to deliver the relic that we promised Xanatos to free me from the potentially murdering the party.
In character, I have no reason to not agree to that.
Actually, Zaxu's going to say, but the revolution is going to be starting. We don't want to miss it. We can't miss it. We have a duty.
Zaxu, if the revolution is anywhere near water, I might literally have to cast the most dangerous spells I know to kill everyone involved in it, unless we do this first.
There's no water in space.
You know,
Well,
That's not true.
You have to say well.
I'm gonna roll alchemy. Space is an ocean. Of course, there's water in space.
I'm letting Dr. Boy handle that one.
Hold on. I'm actually. It's not actually disadvantage. I'm gonna make a roll though. Okay, Dr. Boy does not get up from his chair and smack you upside the head.
Space is, best as I know, a combination of water and air. Otherwise, there would be more physical things in it. Therefore, it's an ocean and thus dangerous.
It is literally neither of those things.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the clay simulacrum of Scrooge McDuck is just saying, "I am Scrooge McDuck. I am Scrooge McDuck," as he continues to play with coins.
Great. So,
Webby, I'm going to leave it up to you for when to destroy this.
since we have some time, Izzy, is there any place to like store say a pile of nearly 100 vials safely? On the ship?
I will open one of the many storage compartments for you to put those in.
Yeah, you can assume Dr. Boy has like an onboard lab, so you can have like vial things, and you can like have them all wrapped.
I'm gonna sort and organize the potions
Okay.
because I have a lot of them.
While we're outside, Muriel is just going to ask Coco, can I see the gem and see if I can track a direction to which world it belongs to, assuming it is indeed the heart of the world?
I nod and spit it out for you now that you understand.
Okay, first off, the orb is an ancient Sumerian ruin. It is not actually the heart of the world. That said, it is made of a fragile crystal-like glass.
Can I tell that it is not, in fact, the heart of the world, given all of the other things?
The exterior is not.
Continue.
All right, I'll just give this to you guys. You crack it open, and there's a heart of the world on the inside, slowly decaying and literally turning into dust. The rest of this glass bowl that was at the top of her staff is also full of similar-ish dust.
Great. Yeah, no, Magica definitely needs to be killed as soon as possible, preferably very painfully.
It's like a sad Cadbury egg. It's a sadberry egg.
The literal death of a world is like a sad Cadbury egg.
I mean, yeah. Izzy, does feeling where it's trying to go and anything else from magical analysis tell us where we want to be?
So, unfortunately...
Pass by 9.
So, here's the actual tragic part of this. There is nothing left but pain in this world. It's as though it has given up at ever finding home. It doesn't even desire to be brought home anymore. It just desires oblivion.
Aww.
Muriel is going to repeat that to everyone.
I'm gonna mentally fix it. Is there a therapist for worlds?
If I had to guess, I would guess this is what happens when a world falls and after its heart has been stolen.
So we just need to put the world back where it belongs.
Izzy, is there anything in the book that, like the book itself, that feels associated to this?
You know what? I'll give you this. The book seems to call to that heart, as though it will offer it comfort. I'll give you that much.
Coco, I think we should give this to the book. It may not save the world, but it may save the heart.
Work, and I nod.
Okay. Mute, as if on its own, the book opens up, and It's as though it tries to get pulled towards that heart. And in a bright flash of orange, the heart is gone.
Is anything new added to the book?
As you flip through the pages, you see as though the beginnings of a sketch are appearing on one of the pages, but blotchy, incomplete, as though it's slowly trying to mend it.
So it might get fixed over time?
In any event, does anybody want to analyze the other things that you guys have gotten, well, in your adventures in the expanding empire?
The artifact that I have in my pocket.
Which one?
The artifact I have in my pocket, you mean?
Is that the brass sphere?
The thing that Xanatos wanted? Oh yeah, I have that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can pull that out. It looks like an orb with a bunch of symbols on various sides of it. And it has a lot of moving parts despite it being an orb.
Magic, 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 pass by 7.
Magic gets you nothing.
How about cryptography?
No matter what this winds up being, we need to give it to Xanatos or there are further problems. Because Webby,
For good boy, try.
Coco, I know that the two of you are, like, actually good people.
Miss.
No, I was just going to say this. Is like, Webby, Coco, I know that the two of you are actually good people, and, like...
Aw, thanks, Muriella.
You, Dr. Boyd, and Basil, you're also pretty good, but... If we have Magica alone, I'm going to do bad things to her.
I think you're a good person too, Muriella.
Muriella, you will be justified.
I kind of do like a wing wave in the air, like wobbling it back.
Dan?
Yeah. Is this the voice in my head, or is this?
Oh no, that's just your thoughts.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Yeah. So what would the role for this be? Like engineering?
Weird science.
Weird science. I can work with that.
Weird science for starters.
Pass by 11.
Oh boy. Muriella, do you let Dr. Boy touch the relic?
I'm keeping a hold of it, but I'm fine with other people observing it or poking it.
Oh, sorry, pass by 7, not 11.
Okay, so Dr. Boy puts his hand on it, and it seems as though he's slowly rotating a section of it, and as he rotates one section, a piece of it pops out, and he looks at it more, he twists and turns that one piece that popped out, and another compartment is opening, and the thing is shifting. It's always remaining an orb, but it's kind of like a puzzle box.
Puzzle box?
Dr. Boy likes playing with the puzzle box.
Dr. Boy, please bring us to Manhattan. I'm sure Xanatos will let you play with the puzzle box, but it's actually really vital that we deliver this to him.
Izzy, what does it look like exactly?
It's a small brass orb. Sphere.
What color is it?
Brass.
Dr. Boy gives a very slight growl like he's playing with his puzzle box.
Dr. Boy, intelligence or games?
I'm probably going to be int. I don't think I took gaming skills, but let me double check. No, I did not. So roll int. Pass by 7.
Dr. Boy, you push a little one of the runes on one side and then rotate the thing 180 degrees, top to bottom hemisphere.
Okay.
Top to bottom hemisphere, and then another button kind of opens up on the top, and you push that. And then suddenly, there's a flash. Everybody, HT roll.
Does my special bonus against magic and mental effects help with this?
This is not magic.
Oh.
This is not life or death, guys.
I passed by 3.
I passed by 3.
Pass by 0.
The funny part is I rolled a 5 and that was a pass by 3. I'm tiny.
You're a Komodo dragon.
Oh, right.
So, did anybody fail?
Don't believe so.
Okay. You would have only went blind because the flash of light was so bright. Inside the cockpit, in like the same kind of blue glow you got from the Atlantean crystals, you guys see a star map outlining multiple worlds and actually tracking where you guys presently are. And off in the distance, at the far end of the map, there is this one red glowing world with a bright X marked on it.
Is this Treasure Planet?
Do you memorize this before we deliver it to Xanatos?
Fuck memorizing this. I'm downloading this shit to the ship's computer.
You guys, you may do both of that.
Why don't we just get Mute to look at it very carefully?
That's literally what I just said.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Yeah, so the world that it is showing, actually, the Keyblade wielders are looking around and they're noticing that world and they're like, that shouldn't be there.
Oh, what is it?
I mean, assuming these are all planets, there shouldn't be any planets in that quadrant.
Why not?
So you're saying it's something that no one knows about?
I mean, I guess somebody knew about it if someone made this map.
Dr. Boy, bring us to Manhattan, then we're going to that world.
We can't go to Manhattan! We've got a revolution! Against the World Eater!
Drop them off at the nearest world and go to Manhattan. I want to make sure that we can go here safely.
But if we're gonna fight the Death Star, I want bigger guns.
That's why we go there first, because there's something interesting there, presumably.
Shouldn't we figure out what the planning against the Death Star is?
That's true. We actually need the Death Star information before we can do anything against it.
So shouldn't we...
Hey, Wex, did you use serendipity yet?
I mean, if you counted it to get the stuff coming from Magica, yes.
I will. Let me roll. You know what? Fuck it. R2-D2 wakes up and now there's a projection of the Death Star in front of you guys as well.
Oh, that was convenient.
With that, I am ending session. Let you guys think about what the hell your next move is going to be.
Free me from maybe murdering all of you.
We're not even going to be near any water.
We don't know that.
Yes, we do. If we
After all, there's water in space, right?
Space is full of water.
Okay,
You're full of water.
This is also true.
One of these things is not true.
Alright, I'm going to let you guys talk about what you want to do next. I need to go pee. When I get back, tell me where you guys want to head next week. Because that decision will need to be made before I close out. Okay? Be right back.
Alright, so in character, going to Manhattan is the least interesting thing.
It's not staying there long. It's delivering Xanatos the star map and then getting him to break my binding contract to Ursula.
Do we really want to give him the map, though?
Yes.
The problem, so the problem with that is none of us have an in-game reason to not willing to do so. As much as we know out of game, it's a bad idea.
I mean, I want to investigate the cool thing, so I want to get there first.
So the thing is, Orion does not want to because Xanatos was oppressing the gargoyles for his personal gain.
Yeah, I would be against him for that reason, except for the fact I can't actually make the will save against his diplomacy check.
I mean, I suppose if we go there, we could try to recruit Boost Banner.
I haven't been able to read Xanatos enough to like truly distrust him. Like I got like an itch in the back of my mind, but it's not enough.
He's a good guy. He's trustworthy.
I mean, I also don't, in character, I don't think that's urgent. I think the Death Star is much more urgent.
I think breaking Miriala's contract is urgent, though.
Yeah, like, no, literally, if I touch water, I'm probably going to have to murder all of you.
We're in space.
Not necessarily on whatever world is at the X.
After what just happened, I'd rather Miriala be free.
So how does Miriala not dehydrate?
Want to drop off these people at the very least at wherever they're planning on going?
It's more large bodies of water. I'm not sure if it's just ocean or lakes count too.
I mean, they're coming just with us to the revolution.
You guys do not take advantage of the time I am not around.
We were debating whether or not breaking Muriela's contract is more urgent than other things.
Okay, first things first, before I even ask that, who is going to be holding on to the items, relics, etc. that you guys got your hands on?
Muriela's keeping that relic.
Okay, that relic, fine. The coins, who's holding on to those, or are you guys leaving them on the ship in a safe
But
compartment?
do you give me the like bag of holding powder?
Okay, if I have to actually if I didn't spend mana on it before, we will need to sit some time to spend mana building a bag of holding.
Okay. Probably worth your time at some point.
Because, like, just turn my saddlebags into that, and I'll carry everything.
It costs a substantial amount of mana.
Okay. Question, who's holding on to the coins with the expedition crew in it? Who's holding on to the necklace? Who's holding on to the remains of Magicka's stick, which effectively is garbage at this point? What are you guys doing with Dr. Dawson, Bernard, Bianca, Aardvark, Krunk, and Milo, who are all still with you?
Why
Also, I have a magic lamp.
Oh, and are you holding on the magic lamp?
Yes, I have the magic lamp.
Also, the crystals you guys have, the necklace crystals and the fist-sized crystals. Who's holding on to those?
I'll keep the crystals in my bag.
I want some of the crystals. They're interesting.
Like, I'll keep them with me if no one objects.
Okay.
I want some of them. They're interesting.
Who's holding on to Who's holding the coins with the crew in it?
Meh.
No one?
I mean, it's a cool-ish spell, but, like, not a very practical spell.
I'll put them in a storage locker or something.
Okay. Who's holding on to Magicka's necklace?
I'm enchanting that to do bad things to whoever enters it next.
Oh boy. Wait, enters the neck.
Oh boy. Nick, roll me an enchanting check long term, please.
Okay.
Now.
Oh no, this is also definitely using Muriel is feeling vindictive mode.
Oh dear. What spell are you putting in it?
Hex, curse, clumsiness, pain. It's a long-term project.
Hold on a second. As you do one of the pain ones, Coco.
Yeah. I go over to you and kind of like knock your arm to be like a stop it.
It's going to happen to Magicka when she inevitably comes back into this.
I convey that you hear. I convey a scream that came from the necklace when you did that.
How the fuck would the Heart of a World go into this necklace?
Does it sound like a Heart of a World or just a psychic scream of some type? Not Heart of a World.
Is this like a normal person? I am being in pain and this is a bad thing?
It feels like that. I convey the feeling that someone's heart's in there. I'm taking the necklace.
Muriel would fight you for the necklace.
I put my head on you and like, please trust me. Let me take care of it.
I am fairly certain Magicka is in this necklace and she deserves a lot of pain.
We don't.
That I convey to you the feeling of. I'm going to just read what Izzy's writing to me. The light of a person's heart, the feeling of it being small, childlike, and innocent, torn away from a body before it could grow.
Don't kill babies, Muriela.
Ah, poo.
Muriel is smart enough to realize what that means and does not, in fact, inflict as much agony as she possibly can on this with a crit on enchanting.
I'm gonna stop you if you try to do that. There's a soul
He's
in there.
not doing that.
Coco, read the rest of them.
Just out loud.
If you want.
The only dark that what?
If you want, or you can just read them.
Huh. I feel like I'm missing a connection as a player here.
You probably are.
I definitely feel like I'm missing a connection as a player here.
You can totally relay that through gesture if you want.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna try a gesture here. I think I convey it. It's 3 degrees of success.
Sure, you can relay how it in your own words.
Okay, so in my Coco gestures, whatever is in that amulet feels like the light in a person's heart. This is for everyone to hear. It's something small, childlike, innocent, torn away from the body before it could grow the way it was supposed to. So only the dark remained in that person's heart, and it could be nurtured for evil purposes. There is a person's soul in there, and it feels familiar.
Okay, fine. Uriel's going to change the enchantment to do terrible things to anyone who tries to add more souls to this.
You can only fit one in there.
Uriel is going to change the enchantment to anyone who tries to add more souls to this.
Fair enough.
Can I keep it?
Okay, yeah, fine. Just don't stick more souls into it.
I just give you a super critical look.
Hey, what are you two arguing about?
No, Uriel is going to lie. I was like, okay, Coco, I'm really not worried about you doing that.
Can I? Is he?
Hey, Muriella, Coco, what are you two arguing about?
Doing bad things in Magicka.
Can I make a check?
But isn't Magicka dead?
I don't know what to recognize this because I'm not connecting things here.
Well, it could have been Magicka's innocence, and that was like cut out so that she would always be evil.
It could be. I have other suspicions as to what this is, but I'm not going to state them yet until I have a better idea of how to free whatever the heart that's inside of this from it. We have to go back to Day Broken Town and learn heart magic. Webby, you need to go back because they'll trust Keyblade wielders because they're goddamn classist pricks.
Well, maybe you can learn to use a Keyblade, Muriella.
Ha, you're funny. I feel like that's about as likely as you or Coco learning how to use darkness. Sorry, no, not you or Coco. You or, Lena.
Lena already knows how to use darkness. Lena knows how to use dark magic. Did you not know that?
It's a little unusual.
Yeah, she was Magicka's apprentice or something. Or kind of. I mean, she called herself her niece, but really she was kind of created by Magicka as like a facsimile or something.
Like a simulacrum.
I was about to say that.
Like when Scrooge defeated Magicka and sealed Magicka inside of his #1 dime, Magicka created Lena in order to basically hide herself in the real world. But then, Lena became my...
You know, with that statement, suddenly a lot of things make sense. Huh.
Yeah, huh.
I really want to know what would have happened if the Oregons touched now.
I want to know why this amulet feels familiar.
Huh.
I think I know why. I just don't know how to bind a heart to a form.
Question. Basil, are you turning back into a mouse or are you staying a Komodo dragon?
I love Basil the Komodo dragon. Please never change.
I don't want to say Komodo dragon. For one thing, I don't have thumb.
Okay. Wex, add a mouse potion to that then, so Basil can go back to being Basil.
Can't you just use
Yeah, that'd also be a really. That would also be a really weird fusion if something happened and me and other Basil tried to fuse.
Basil, just use the fish hook.
You know what would be funnier is if the mouse potion turned him into a normal mouse, it's not an anthropomorphized mouse.
Do we have any human potions?
You do not.
I mean, the real question is, why was I not just given the fish hook
Are
in
we
the
going
first place?
back to normal?
Yeah.
Because some of us need a melee.
I love how you needed a
That melee weapon would make me actually viable in melee.
I promise
I
to
can
not
turn it into
actually
something
learn
big
the
enough to
spell
wield
that makes all of you deal with the transformation rules that I'm using. Don't make me go back on my promise.
I'm not letting you learn that for other people. You could have just handed over the sword that cuts through DR. You guys did have that.
What sword that cuts through DR?
The one you guys found in the treasure room. With the crystal in the hilt.
What did we do with that?
It's in one of Muriala's pouches.
Oh, okay.
We should probably distribute these weapons.
We should.
Like,
Yeah, no one ever asked me about them, so I was just studying things to figure out how they worked.
Alrighty. Okay. I think I've left you guys with a couple of puzzles. I'm actually shocked no one's figured this last one out, but whatever.
Okay, I'm fairly certain I figured it out, but Muriel is feeling particularly spiteful right now, so she's not saying it.
You can,
I mean, would I have gotten an inkling from communicating with
you've got what you got.
No, I meant from Nick.
Privately.
I feel like I've got a pretty good idea here, but I also don't have that information in character, so...
I mean, they said it out loud. So anything that happened in the ship you guys would have heard.
I'm getting tired. What was said?
I'm saying that Webby probably would have heard you guys going back and forth. Interesting thought.
I'm pretty sure I misspelled that, but yeah, that's roughly where I am right now.
Guys, it's Lena. Lena's heart is in the necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just seemed like a very obvious answer.
Okay. Just in case, I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure I figured out, but Muriel is feeling spiteful towards a bunch of people in character right now. So
I mean, I thought about that. That had to be too
But no,
obvious.
Webby just called her a good person.
Oh no, she's not feeling spiteful towards Webby. She's feeling spiteful towards Coco, who is the one who is interfering, and also doesn't want to give Webby false hope of her actually being able to fix this when she's not sure if she can fix it.
Oh, well, never mind. That wasn't said out loud, was it?
Nope.
Oh no, that's absolutely not said out loud. That's said out of character.
Okay, then then don't worry about it.
Okay, so I guess this is where we're gonna call it a close for the night. By the way, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but you made it through 20 sessions of this.
Holy poop.
So.
God damn.
Yeah, I know, right? So, with that in mind, we're going to do something a little bit different this go-around. First off, because I do feel like this is kind of the closing of a chapter and the opening of another one, that means you are not getting not 1, not 2, but 5 experience each.
Damn, son!
Next up, the question. This question is, I actually would like to be a little bit more in-depth, guys. And if you do answer all 3 of these, you guys can get a total of 2 bonus XP from this. So make sure they're good. What I want to know is, how do you feel your guy's character has grown in the past 10 sessions? And as a reminder, the 10 sessions have been... session 10 was at... Oh, crap. I'm just going to do a search. Session 10 was when you guys were still in the Nexus of the Spirits. So right after you guys finished that fight with Taka and left, we're going from there moving forward. How do you guys feel you have grown, your characters have grown as individuals, and what are mysteries that you are still bothering you that you want to know, and where do you see yourselves going from this point forward? Okay? So, first off, we're going to start with Basil.
Okay. So, biggest thing that I think has changed in how Basil interacts is probably in just honestly, I'm not sure if he's changed terribly much, but at the same time, he's grown to like actually be a little more worried about the rest of this group. Probably Webby especially. But let's see. I'm very curious how there's two of me. Like, I know how there's two of me, but I'm not sure what prompted this situation. And let's see. Oh, we met the people who were tracking us. I kind of wish we had a better idea of why, but and I don't know. I'm not sure what Xanatos is up to, so I'm kind of curious about that, even though I've only got like small gleanings from a relatively limited time.
Okay.
I think that's most of that. And what was the last question?
Where do you see Basil going from this point forward?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if basically taking advantage of quadruple mind time, compartmentalized mind times 4 if nobody Basil's able to travel with us or something. But I don't know, trying to figure out if there are good ways to use skill, and like worried a little bit about like if there's any kind of corruption stuff that I need to worry about, but at the same time like finding all these interesting ways where I've been able to overpower some like major threats and turn the tide of a battle very suddenly.
All right.
So.
All right.
I think that's most of it.
I'll take your +2. Next up, Coco.
What were state the questions again?
How has your character grown in the past 10 sessions? Where do you see yourself going from here? What have you learned and where do you want to be, kind of thing?
I feel like Coco's losing his chill a little bit. Like, Miriala is specifically kind of becoming like a cause for Coco that like I need to save her, or like what's sort of the point? Like she's so full of anger, I have to help her, and like she's the most intriguing character in the party to me, and I feel like I'm like putting my eggs in that basket the more and more time goes along. At the same time, I'm getting a broader sense of like the real dangers out there, and I'm trying to like I want to know where all this is coming from. What can I do to help stop it? Like ultimately, not just going from place to place, which is good. But I've done that forever, and I'm starting to like I've seen like multiple worlds die now, and I'm not liking that. And kind of finally, like, how far am I willing to go for this? I don't know. Like, yeah, they keep saying magic is bad, and yeah, she is bad. But like, I'm not a violent character. I don't really want people to die. But is it worth them to die for everyone else to be happy? I don't know if I'm comfortable with that line of thinking. I think I need to figure that out going forward, and more, like, I really need to figure out who to give this Keyblade to. Like, it seems more and more important, but I keep wondering if I'm going to run into someone who's, worth it. That's not a PC. maybe it will have to go to a PC, but I don't know if there's anyone I'd actually want to give it to. It feels like a big responsibility.
Fair enough. Take your +2. Next up, Orion.
Okay, well, on one hand, there is a slight more respect for the other party members. Slight. Dr. Goodboy still needs to become a better pilot.
Oh,
Oh, throwing some Orion.
Oh, we'll get to you, Orion.
The darkest heart we've found so far is the shade Orion's throwing over here.
oh my god.
But
he ain't got no heart.
exactly.
Shade like that.
But it's I'm sorry, so kind of like she still hasn't changed that much, mostly because I mean she still has no heart to change with and hasn't started developing one yet because despite nobody's clearly being able to do that, she doesn't know that yet. And
Webby
what was
will
the
be
other-
your friend.
You're a Keyblade wielder. Keyblades are toxic.
Webby will be your friend anyways.
Oh my god.
And what was the second question, really?
Where do you see yourself going from this point forward?
So that still depends on a couple of things. Suffice to say, I am very much looking forward to the events leading up to the demise of both Orion and her Heartless and seeing what happens as a result of that. And I am currently leaning toward one direction on that, but the better for you guys direction on that, but things can go south really quickly there.
Fair enough. Take your plus. Alrighty, next up on that list, Dr. Boy.
Dr. Boy, good lord. So Dr. Boy has gone from someone who is basically just kind of content to ride around and kind of just sort of let the world pass by and study it, and realized he was an unwitting pawn in a certain party member's Heartless's plans, and has tried to work much harder to be able to affect change on the world, both between finally getting to upgrade the ship to discovering the nature of the Force and what he can do with that. Additionally, he really wants to know what exactly, I mean, he has sort of an inkling now, but what exactly happened to his world and what his role was in all of that. And it's strange because while he does have a great hatred for Orion's Heartless, they also had a bit of a bonding moment today while they were talking about who hates Orion more.
Okay, to be fair, those were directed at Basil.
You cut out, Izzy.
To be fair, Dan, those were all directed at Basil. Hence why the word Vernon was used.
That's not how Dr. Boy interpreted it.
Perfectly fine.
Dr. Boy and Basil were not in the same area.
That's perfectly fine.
Oh Lord.
How did I miss that?
It's in my private chat.
Dan has a private chat for that person's voice in his head.
I have a private chat that is 95% Orion's Heartless talking into my head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, I apologize. In character, oh boy.
So I was caught up in something for a minute. What happened?
Making, like,
out of
text to maintain.
No, Sean, out of character, that whole thing was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't hurt
I blame Izzy and the fact that I actually rolled poorly on my impulse check.
I mean, we always blame Izzy. That's just a given.
All right, and where do you see your? Actually, no, you're done. Thank you. +2 to you, Dr. Boy.
Haha.
All right.
What was the base XP again?
5
5 base XP +2 for the question. Next up, we have Muriela.
Muriel's in a weird space right now. Because on one hand, she recognizes that the ways that she's traditionally done things are no longer working exactly as ideal. And she's trying to branch out from that, but it's hard.
It's really hard for you to learn light stuff.
It's really hard for her to learn to not be a jerk.
Yeah, don't say.
And there's a lot of relapses during this because she has problems. Coco and Webby are both very good influences. Unfortunately, they also push a bunch of her buttons at the same time, and sometimes the bad parts of her actually win out. But she's been trying to learn how to do more things than what she has been accustomed to, using as a hammer that solves all problems. It hasn't been very successful, since just applying more hammer has in fact solved most of her problems. But there's a reason why I'm sitting on the largest pool of XP that I ever have, because she has not yet figured out how to apply more XP to the thing she wants to do. Coco and Webby are really good influences. The rest of the party are moderating influences that sometimes, in fact, just catalyze the bad things that Muriela wants to do, and this is the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the majority of the way she's going to do, just realizing that she probably needs to actually change how she does things, but does not realize how to do that.
All right, and moving forward, where do you want to go to, Muriela?
Well, there's a big thing I'm spending a ton of XP on once she figures out how that works and what it really means. Still trying to do that. It's rather difficult because, well, everyone she's reached out to is in fact not very useful in that regard, and things keep conspiring to keep her away from useful sources of advice in regards to what is a better path. But beyond that, there's honestly a problem right here that nothing has convinced her that seeking massive revenge on Magicka is a bad idea. Out of character, it's a bad idea. In character, no one has given a good argument for why that's a bad idea. So it's going to be an interesting question as to what happens first.
Fair enough. Take your +2. Next up, Mute.
So, Mute has basically started learning how to actually fight and stand up for himself rather than just relying on summons or other people. And has been trying to figure out ways can actually more help with the party and the people in the book, rather than just kind of being there on side. However, in the future, you just probably backsliding into withdrawal because he just accomplished he has so far not only just been continuing to fail to actually put anything in the book back where it belongs while we keep getting more and more pages added, but has now actually potentially destroyed pages in the book, which is a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he is probably backsliding now.
Oh boy. Fair enough. Alrighty, take your +2. Next, and I believe last, Webby.
So Webby is starting to understand that these worlds she stumbled into is a lot more dangerous than she realized at first. And she'll have to be much more careful as to the kinds of dangers that can crop up here.
Okay.
It's pretty terrifying.
Mm.
Okay. And where do you see Webby going from this point forward?
You skipped question 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's question 2? I thought I only asked 2.
Oh, I thought you asked 3 questions.
How Webby's grown, where you see yourself going, and I guess what you've learned. So yeah, there's your 3.
Oh, I thought there was something about what mysteries are left.
Oh, sure, that too. I don't remember all the questions I asked. I apologize.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Webby wants to figure out, at this point, what exactly happened to Duckburg is a very confused plot point in Webby's mind, and it's becoming a real concern of, partially in my character, in me personally's mind, if she'll ever actually be able to get back there at all. Depending on what has happened to it and what has happened to the world as a whole. As far as where to go, Webby's course of action for the immediate future seems pretty straightforward. Free Muriella from her contract so that she can become the best version of herself. The good Muriella that Webby sees is obviously there somewhere. And then assist the Thunder Squad in their assault on the Death Star so that she can finally save Wilbur.
Take your +2.
Woot woot.
Okay. Now. Now for the vote. So, you guys got your 5 XP, you got your 2 for your questions, and now there are 3 votes!
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Who was the biggest problem this session? 2, who in the last 10 sessions has had the biggest impact? How you define that is completely up to you. Vote number 3, who has grown the most in the past 10 sessions?
And this is since
So this is problem, impact, growth.
This is from Dagobah Cave.
This is from when you guys left after the Spirit of the Nexus, after your fight with Taka.
I think this was shortly after first trip inside of the book. Since then?
You guys had your first trip inside of the book in that world, yes. So since then.
Yeah, since the book trip.
Oh, a little after that, but yeah. Since you got
this session.
This is session 20.
Is this you counting just today, not from the fight from last time?
Who the biggest problem was? I'll say in this overarching fight, but the last 10 sessions are for the last 10 sessions.
You broke up during that, Izzy?
Last 10, vote 2 and vote 3 are for the last 10 sessions. Vote number 1 is for this session or this fight as a whole. Up to you guys. What do you think was more impactful? Did everybody finish already?
No,
I'm thinking.
I'm finishing my 3.
I'm sitting here thinking.
Thinking is important.
Okay, no, those are my answers.
God, number 2 is hard.
No, it's not supposed to be easy.
All right, I think I'm set.
Okay.
Almost. Just
I'm trying
evaluating my answer.
I think this is
about number
about
3.
right. Yeah, number 3, I was struggling.
All right, I got my answers.
I think I'm good.
I do too.
Okay.
All right. Is anybody not ready? Okay, hearing nobody on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, let's see. First question, Muriella, Orion. Alright, Orion.
First question is Orion.
First is Orion by a landslide.
I have no idea why you think I was a problem this session.
You doubled me for that. Good job.
Well, the giant crystal monster probably helped.
Which also was you.
I mean, technically that wasn't you.
But it was.
But it was.
And the second question is a three-way tie between Basil, Coco, and Moriala.
Wow, yeah, we have a 3-way tie.
Good job.
And third one, I think, is Dr. Goodboy wins.
Coco.
Yes, Dr. Goodboy wins.
Yay! I want to
Yep.
vote.
Yay.
Yeah?
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Coco.
You know what's funny is I was actually my other
I mean-
thought about that was mute, which would have actually tied it.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Somebody-
to be fair, Devin, you literally grew into a Komodo dragon.
After we first got the book, I turned into a person, and then I didn't get to keep the hook.
Can I change my vote?
It was more than that. I just thought I'd make the joke.
That's a good joke.
God, I have so many points to spend and no time to spend them.
I have all the points I need for the thing that I want to learn, but I don't know how to learn it yet.
There's a specific trigger. There are 2 specific triggers you're waiting on.
Izzy, I'm feeling ill. I've got to get off and get sleep. So thank you for an awesome session. And good night, everybody. Tour was fun.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Hope you guys all had a good time. And again, it's session 20. So if you guys are feeling sluggish, if there's any plot points you wanted me to hit that you feel like I've been missing, feel free to private message me, and I'll either tell you that don't worry, it's in the works, or I'll say, oh, thank you for reminding me.
Don't. You'll be burdened with terrible knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of triggers, the reason Nick and I were laughing earlier, so, we were making jokes about the quote from last session about drinking a vial, and then Izzy summoned an Endbringer into the session. Specifically.
Oh
Did you
god!
make a worm joke there?
That was a worm
Yes.
joke. It took me half a second.
That was exactly why we were laughing hysterically.
So real quick, are we able to take just as a group? I know Will left, but can we take a little time next session to do a few personal things before we all convene to go wherever we're gonna go?
For this kind of stuff, I'd say we'll type it up in. Are you saying you guys want a few days of training time, or you want a few character moments to talk?
Possibly a few character moments. If you're gonna go to Xanatos, I'd like to detour somewhere else temporarily and meet up with you when you're done with.
Hey, Coco, if you want to,
for
do you want
10
to bond?
minutes, however long it takes for him to break the contract.
I would
Yeah,
like
Coco.
to both have time to talk.
I mean, we could bond. Do you want to bond with me?
Yeah, I'll bond with you while they're doing Xanatos stuff because it's a good idea for Orion to not be near Xanatos.
Okay. And you can come to me. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to get there without help.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys are on the ship, and you're unless Dr. Boy is dropping you off.
Just go get coffee in Manhattan.
Can Dr. Boy drop me off on the bayou for a few days?
Sure.
There is also something Muriel has been sitting on for. Holy shit! It's actually 3 months out of game.
I mean, so the Bayou works because I always say, hey, because of that shit that just happened, I need to consult with Yoda.
I also need to go talk to Yoda.
Talk to me, you must.
Yeah,
Not
no.
here.
There is actually an important thing for the party and the party in private that Muriel wants to let everyone know that has been sitting for a while, but there hasn't been time.
You want to talk at the beginning of next session about it?
We'll talk
By the
about it
way,
next session.
shameless plug, if for any reason you want to know more about my character, guess what just recently came out?
Oh, Fantasy 8 Remastered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, your character is actually from a specific game?
Yeah.
You're a bit behind the
German
curve on
was
that
original
one,
character.
Devin.
Oh, that felt nice.
I have some questions to ask.
Makes sense to me.
Even if we only stop if anything, even like I kind of do want to be there for Xanatos. I really just need to detour to the bayou for like a.
All right. Well, I'm gonna log off. Good night, folks.
Yeah, I super need to go to sleep as well.
Uh,
I have kids tomorrow.
Yep.
Have
Good
not
luck.
had. Thank you. And I plan to wake up at 5, so yeah.
Fun.
I'm probably going to grab a snack and then do some off-alarm writing because I've gotten so little done for this coming weekend.
Alrighty.
I feel you
Also-
there. So much writing to be done.
I will say this, Izzy, I hate you for burdening me with knowledge. Hate you for it.
Do you actually hate me or do you love me for it? Because
Love you, hate you.
yeah, I know. I love how all of you have different information. And it's session 20.
So, quick question, Nick, are you thinking of spending your points soon, or are you banking?
Okay, here's the thing. I have all the points I need for the thing that I've been working on bank. It's a question of, can I, in character, actually learn the things I need to spend them?
Okay, so I'm going to say something.
No, Wex, I'm going to say this before you say anything. Nick has 2 obstacles before he can get this thing, and he only currently knows about one of them.
Okay, good. I will stop saying what I was going to say then.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have guesses as to what the others are that I just sent Izzy.
But please let us all know before you make a big purchase, is all I am asking.
I didn't get anything from you, Nick, and my Discord.
It's in private chat, Izzy.
I know, my Discord is acting weird.
No, Wex, I have 13 points banked right now because of how much I need to spend to do the thing I want to do.
Bitch, please, I got 19.
This is the largest amount of XP I've ever had in this game banked.
Also, Izzy, final thing, private message to you.
If I get it, because Discord's acting weird for me now.
Disconnect and reconnect solves all problems.
Yeah, but it's... What the hell? But it's... okay, have a message. Wex? You shouldn't have expected any other answer except this.
That's fair.
Were you expecting me to give you another answer?
A little bit, just in general with the mechanics of that.
Unfortunately, you don't know how that works.
I don't.
I know.
Do I know if I can do it though? Like, if I decide to do it, I can do it, right?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
I'm going to point out GURPS explicitly does have XP debt rules.
Yes, it does.
Oh, burdened with knowledge.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.
I'm kind of guessing this is one of those things that I purposefully didn't decide to try and learn. I'm not going to ask Izzy to say whether or not that's true, but...
I'm not answering that question either.
I know you're not, but there are several things I decided to purposely not try to learn because of one of my disadvantages that meant Muriel was assumed that she knew what the answer was already.
I came to some interesting revelations at the end of this session. I'll leave it at that.
Again, I find it funny. Other players have had similar-ish revelations and have been holding those revelations close to the vest. Like, there have been some things that, like, have gone on for, like, 5 sessions now that no one's talked about. And I love it. There's so much information you guys have.
I don't know who I talked to about this.
There's so much information that you guys presently have that is useful for somebody else, and no one's talking about it. I'll leave it at that.
Like I said, I'm planning on revealing a bunch of mine at the beginning of next session when we have a private moment.
Yep. Good luck with that.
I mean, a lot of it is things that we already know, but, like, the rest is important. Maybe. Possibly. I'm not sure.
Okay, for real. I gotta go to sleep.
Good night, Wex.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
I'm stopping the recording, but I'm not going to bed yet.